Let's get nasty on a Tuesday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals fall from the rank of the unbeatens. No longer on track for 162-0. But that's all right. Let's break it down, boys. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Angel Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. You know, that disappointing night, certainly, when you have a lead. You get a good outing out of Miles Michaelis. Some decisions that were made by Ollie Marmol that worked in the prior games didn't work last night. If you guys want to start there, let's do so. Were you guys upset at all about Ollie Marmol's decision-making in that loss to the Anaheim, L.A., California Angels last night?
Well, which one?
Exactly. So you could talk about Miles Michaelis. You okay with him? Because that one worked out. So if you want to talk about all the decisions he made.
I thought the pitching decisions were fine.
Okay. So he makes the decision to remove Miles Michaelis. Because, guys, we talk a lot about gut and analytics and all that, and sometimes they merge. And I think last night they merged.
You say God?
Gut.
Oh, gut.
Yeah.
If he say God,
No.
If Ollie's got God in his ear,
he doesn't need the
should
analytics.
not. He should not be the manager of the Cardinals.
You just throw the analytics out. No, you can still be the manager. You just speaking to a higher power, and every decision you make is probably
then
correct.
I think they've got the right manager if he is in fact speaking
to
God, to our Lord and Savior.
You said gut. You said God.
Although I don't know.
No, God. Yeah, God.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you correctly.
Ollie's decision to go to Maton paid off. He had 3 strikeouts in a row. Top of the order, too.
Oh, Maton looked fantastic.
Like
fantastic last night.
Top of the order. 1, 2, 3. Smell you later.
Right.
So it's pretty hard to second guess the.
Like he barely broke a sweat.
But my point is, it's pretty hard to second guess that.
Right.
I think there are so many decisions that are made in a baseball game, and obviously when you go to extra innings and you have all those things, him taking Jordan Walker out, pinch hitting, and having Alec Burleson gets a hit. So it worked. Like you can, put everything under a scope and just say, well, this decision or this. There are going to be good decisions, and I've heard Ollie say this in the past. Like every decision that he makes doesn't end up being the right one, but when he's making that decision, he feels like it is the correct one. You figure that Jojo Romero would pitch and perform better than he did. He gave up a couple of hits, allowed a run, and there you have it. So, it's part of your job is to make those decisions, but it's also part of the job of the players to make the plays so your decision looks good.
Right.
I don't know what hypocritical decision people. I just saw on the text line, Ollie made at least 4 managerial mistakes last night, like from the 618. Okay.
Leave us a mic drop, by the way. Leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop, because we're going to do coaching from the couch, so that we give you the opportunity to leave us a mic drop. You tell us what decisions you didn't like last night, or what your observations are. Go ahead, Carey.
No, I don't know how you can't nitpick every single. It's 162 games, man.
Carey, this is St. Louis. We're gonna nitpick.
If I were to follow you during a day, or you, Anthony. Jamie,
you gonna follow me?
Follow you for a day. You probably made some questionable decisions throughout that day.
What?
Throughout a 24-hour period, there might be 3 or 4 things that you do. I'm like, why the hell are you doing that, Jamie?
Where am I? What's that?
I don't know.
I mean, it depends, right?
And it depends on
does matter.
What age, what year we're talking.
Well, that definitely changes things, yes. You want to talk questionable?
1999.
I'll give you a decade that was
Los
questionable.
Angeles.
Yeah, there you go. Bingo. That's the decade.
So, yeah, I think if you just continue to watch and dissect every minor detail or every major detail, you're going to find something that you don't agree with. The Cardinals lost in extra innings. They had the chance to win the game. They said they were up. They had an opportunity to win the game. They did not, and it happens.
Well, I think some people, Jamie, don't like the fact that Ivan Herrera was taken out at a certain time, and the decisions that were made when it came to pinch hitting. I think those are the ones that were driving people crazy.
So obviously, Ollie has made his decision, or somebody has. We say it's Ollie, but whatever. That Herrera can play unless it's an important part of the game, defensively.
Yeah.
Because Pa has ended up getting 2 more at-bats. You could have used Herrera for those 2 more at-bats. You could have used his bat. Now, I know Pa has a home run and whatnot, and every now and then he runs into one, but on the regular, as the kids say, Anthony,
yeah,
Herrera's bat plays better than Pa has. but you're so bleeping scared of him behind the plate that you're removing him, I think, prematurely because you're worried about the defensive side and the arm because the other team had their speedsters were coming up. So let's pause for a second. Every time the speedsters come up in a close game, you're taking Herrera out of the game?
Late in the game? I think
But
so.
it really wasn't that late. It was late-ish.
Right.
It's not like you're in the ninth and you got to lock it down. I don't know. I just think that this whole...
To your bigger point, you can't be... You have half a player right now behind the plate.
Well, and I just don't understand this catcher problem. Like, if Herrera is that bad, and he's working on it, because all he said so in his audio, he said, well, we're working on as much as we can. It's not really improving. If he's not a catcher, okay? He's a baseball player. He's not a catcher at the major league level. You have a catcher at the major league level who's playing first base right now. So why? Hang on. Let me. I'm cooking here, as the kids say.
Cook.
Okay.
A lot of kid references.
Yeah, a lot of kid. I was around my kids a lot yesterday, so yeah, got all these things going on. Well, why would you not take Contreras, split his duties between DH and backup catcher? Kind of like you're doing with Herrera right now, but put Herrera at first base because if nothing else, at least Contreras can throw a runner out. He may not be ideal for the pitchers. Miles Michaelis may not be happy with the way he calls a game, even though he can help call his own game. You've got a guy that at least has played the position for an extended period of time at the major league level. I don't understand why they flip-flop that the other way.
Or you can put Contreras at catcher, put Burleson at first base, and let Herrera be your DH.
Whatever the case.
Like
Whatever you like. Carey.
Right. I'm just saying, if you're going to, this is 4 games. How many stolen bases has he allowed already? Is it 4 or 5?
I don't know. It's a free pass.
They'll break a record at some point.
At some point.
It's a free pass, man.
We were worried about Wilson Contreras playing first base.
Right.
And because
He's looked fine. I mean, I've been the one that has talked about that the most.
He had a couple good picks yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
But the real issue is behind the plate. Like you said, if you get on base and you know I can go from first to second without any restriction, probably going to be a long season.
Speaking of long season, do you think last night's game helps or, it probably hurts the attendance that we shall see this season?
The attendance stunk last night, and they were undefeated.
Yeah, but I think that's also an example of...
And the Blues weren't even playing. How about tonight? The Blues are playing, going for a record number of home ice victories, consecutive victories, and the Cardinals are down the road there where apparently people aren't as interested as they used to be.
Well, they've been kind of burned here. They've been burned. They've been burned by a front office that has done just enough, that has just settled for patching holes as opposed to really improving the ball club. And the fan base is not stupid. And I think this happened really slow, truthfully. So the fact that they started 3-0, fans had already made up their mind on this season. They already said, you're not going to get all my money again just for putting a mediocre product on the field, especially since you didn't do anything in the offseason. Which, again, I don't blame the Cardinals. I'm done with the Lance Lynn type signings. I'm done with the, mediocre free agent moves that are being passed as wholesale changes. They're not. They need to make a change with their organization. They are. But, you're not going to go back to the ex-girlfriend after, after three compliments, Jamie.
It depends.
She gives you 3 compliments. You're not, yeah, no problem. We're back.
Depends what the compliments are.
Gotta work a little bit.
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Yes, you are. Carey.
Yeah.
Not go back to the ex-girlfriend after 3 compliments, She's burned you.
Depends.
Years. Marsh, you've got standards.
Yes.
You've got standards. You've got principles.
Yeah.
You've been with the girlfriend for 3 years.
Yeah.
She
sounds like you know something about my life.
Gaslighting you consistently.
Didn't go back. Found something better.
There you go.
Found someone better.
Yes, you did.
3 compliments. You're not going back to her.
No.
Thank you.
Me neither. Yep, I agree.
No, you're done. Both of you.
I agree.
Talking to the only guy on the show that's got any sort of moral standards.
Well, that's true.
Oh, did you know that before the show started?
No,
That's what Anthony learned today.
Yeah. It's just reaffirmed. It's not going to be what I learned. It's going to be what was reaffirmed to me today. I don't know, guys. Look, the defensive replacements and things like that has worked thus far.
I don't like it, though. Because I don't, the reason why I don't necessarily always, like you said, Herrera could have had a couple of more, but I don't like it's almost like a necessity to do. Like, we have to do a defensive replacement at this time. Every single, like, that to me became a little bit annoying last year when it took place. Like, always taking Jordan Walker out. Like, if you trust him for 7 innings, you don't trust him for 8, 9.
Right.
Like, it's a weird concept to me. Like, because if it's that important, then hell, don't have him out there to begin with. Right? Because you don't know when the moment arises when that opportunity to have a ball hit at you is going to be presented. Like, it could happen. It could be in the first inning. That's why I always tell people, oh, the last play of the game is why they lost. No, it's not. It doesn't matter what sport. It's never the last play. There are multiple plays throughout an entire game that can win or lose you a game. So that does become a little bit frustrating for me when you're constantly taking players out, defensive substitutions. If they're a liability in the 9th inning, they're probably a liability in the 1st inning.
But this is also the problem, right? What you just described, CD, is the problem right now with the Cardinals. They're trying to win games, and they're also trying to develop. They know that Ivan Herrera's he shouldn't be catching
Then he shouldn't be catching when it's 0-0 either.
How are you going to give him that experience? I don't think he should be a catcher. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I was the one that said this Wilson Contreras move makes no sense to me, and it's mostly because of the catching situation, not necessarily because of Contreras. Although I did voice my concerns about whether or not he could play first base, but this is part. You're stuck in between again. You're trying to develop Herrera, yet you're also trying to win games. So what does that look like? That looks like Ivan Herrera until you get a lead, and then Pedro Pajes comes in.
You're going to need more.
Last night, you didn't have one of your better hitters.
You're going to need more than 3 opportunities to pick a guy off at first base. Because you got to keep him close.
Which puts extra stress and pressure on the pitcher. So ultimately, I agree with you. This isn't the best case scenario, but I think that there was moves that worked last night. But if you're going to go back to we're going to make these defensive replacements, then great. The other one that people were ticked off about was Masyn Winn. Not pinch hitting.
Oh yeah,
Masyn Winn.
Masyn Winn hasn't been able to hit anything.
You got a young player.
Who are you bringing in that spot?
Gorman,
and then kicking Donovan over to short if need be. But
do you want to win or not?
But you also have this is part of the managing though too. You got a young player that was great for you a year ago that had a rough spring training, and then it's a spot to potentially bust out, and you say, come here, young man, you haven't earned it. Okay. You want to get him going. This is all part of being a manager. It's not just, Marsh, who's a hell of a video game manager, but making the move there where he doesn't have to look at these guys in the face and try to build confidence and all that other stuff. That's part of it.
I know, but then the Cardinals are in really the worst case scenario right now. Because if they have to win to satisfy their fans, but at the same time have to develop their youth, which means you may end up sacrificing wins like last night, it's a lose-lose.
Right.
I do think it's
gonna
much
be a
ado
theme.
about nothing. I mean, it's one game, but I do like
That's
the
a big
pattern.
game, Carey.
That's the 4th
It's the Angels.
You're right. Fire everybody. That's what Jamie said.
No, that's what you said.
We'd be remiss too if we didn't talk about Donovan, the sure-handed defensive player. I mean, he's been excellent for them. He made a bad call.
Oh yeah,
he made a bad decision to throw that one home.
Well,
Yeah.
He was so.
It was.
He
He didn't even have to slide. He just.
How many outs when that happened? By the way,
One out.
He could have turned a double play.
I don't think he could have turned 2.
Oh, it's close.
I don't think he could
It's
have
better than
turned
what
2.
he did.
There was 3 options on that play: throw to second, start the double play,
Yeah.
throw home, or throw to first.
Yeah.
We can all agree throwing home was the last.
That was the worst
last
one.
of
Well,
it.
the guy was already at home plate before he threw it.
Yeah, with Renifo going home, he's got speed and all that. I don't. That was just a bad play.
I don't know if the ball was hit hard enough for him to get it.
I don't think it was.
I think what happened was he saw the ball get hit to him, thought it was coming maybe a little hotter than it was, and it was already committed to that play.
Yeah.
And then he didn't decommit. He didn't veer to the left or veer to the right. He just went, oh, yeah.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Don't forget, you can participate in our Coaching from the Couch series. It's our mic drops, the Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops via the Dobbs Tire Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Give us some mic drops. If there was something that you disagreed that Ollie did last night and something that we're talking about, we're giving you the opportunity to coach or manage from your couch. Just leave us a mic drop, and we'll play those a little bit later on. Transitioning into some Blues, Jimmy Snuggerud. Is he playing for an actual spot, in the lineup? And if so, for how long? We'll talk about him ahead of his debut tonight against the Red Wings here on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis for Window Nation, and April is a great time to spruce up things around your house, like maybe getting rid of those old, ugly, drafty, hard-to-open-up windows and starting fresh, especially during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale that is going on right now. There's no limit to how much you can save, and if you buy a house full of windows, they'll include a free entry door as well. Plus, with 0% financing, 0 down, no monthly payments, you can get new windows and pay nothing until 2027, and those windows can be installed in a day. How do they do it? Window Nation partners with the top window manufacturers in the nation to build their windows to their high quality specs. Then they pass the savings on to you. You'll protect your home with some of the best windows you can buy at a fraction of the cost of the other brands. Just imagine what you could do with all that extra money. Hurry up, the sale ends soon. Don't miss out on your chance to take advantage of Buy 4, Get 4 free and pay nothing until 2027. Schedule an in-home estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit them online at windownation.com. Again, that sale ends soon, so reach out to them today, 866-90-NATION, or visit them online at windownation.com.
Snuggerud's going to play tonight. First NHL game. We're excited to see how he's going to help us.
Drew Bannister, head coach of the Red Hot. Drew Bannister.
Oh, I was going to say, whoa.
He sounds different, Anthony.
Jim Montgomery, take 2.
Hey, Drew.
Head coach of your.
Was that an old interview?
I don't know.
St. Louis Blues.
Holy
Drew got
crap,
fired.
It's hard to keep
a
up,
while ago.
Nah, it's
A
not your
while
fault.
ago.
It's not your fault.
That's definitely my fault.
You could have said Craig
It's been a
Berube.
minute.
It's not.
Yeah, I think people have been okay if you say Craig Berube. Nothing against Drew Bannister, of course, but you know.
Yeah, that's my fault. So yeah, it's Joe Quenneville.
Al Arbor.
It's Jamie Rivers of the St. Charles Chill.
No, that was Jim Montgomery. Yeah, who I called Jordan Montgomery last week. So
Oh my God.
they suck. Yeah,
And he still keeps coming on this show.
You called him Jordan?
yeah, he does. I think he understands it.
So he's going to be on tomorrow, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not say another word about this. You guys are going to ask him about something that happened while Jim Montgomery and I were walking down the street in Nashville.
I did hear about this story.
Yeah, don't say
I
a
won't
word.
say anything. It is hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a deep tease. That's what they say in the biz, Anthony. You should check it out.
You should.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. All right, so you heard Jim Montgomery talk about Jimmy Snuggerud. Does he have an actual chance of cracking the lineup, or Jamie, do you have a feel that this is going to be a situation like Dalibor Dvorsky was in, where he played the one game just to get the his feet wet, and then then he's just going to kind of have to learn along the way? What's your feel on Snuggerud entering the lineup?
Well, a couple things. Jimmy Snuggerud is older. I think he's 3 years older, maybe even 4 years. I'll have to check that out. At least 3 years older than Dalibor Dvorsky. And he's played college hockey, which is, Dalibor's played 1 year in the American Hockey League. College hockey is known for good development of young players. So is he further ahead in his development rather than Dvorsky? He should be. By process of elimination, he should be. Mm-hmm. And he's playing on a line. I'm very intrigued to see this line tonight. Oscar Sundqvist with Zach Bolduc and Jimmy Snuggerud. It's almost like the Braden Shen, Holloway, Kyrou line. A couple of speedy wingers that can score, and you've got the dependable center iceman in the middle. So I think that's going to be fun to watch. He's also going to play bumper on I shouldn't say first or second unit power play, because it depends on what Monty sees at what time on one of the power play units.
So explain that. Explain the role, the positioning on the ice, all that.
Literally, when you're watching right now and you're watching Zach Bolduc score power play goal after power play goal from that middle ice, right in the middle of the circles, that's the bumper role. And without going too crazy into detail, I'm going to explain something right now that has happened by having a good bumper. One, Zach Bolduc has been scoring from there. But when he's not scoring, the other team, their top guy, has to collapse down and cover him. And they shrink the diamond because they have to cover Bolduc because he's dangerous. What opens up? The one-timer from up top from Cam Fowler now opens up because nobody's on him. Mm-hmm. Then when they stretch out to take away Fowler, Bolduc becomes available. So what they're doing now is from the other side of the ice, the same thing with Jimmy Snuggerud. And he's got this little sweeper shot, like the David Perron little, one-timer where he just cradle and shoot. If he gets the puck, he's going to do the same thing as Bolduc, shoot that puck. And when they collapse on him, then Justin Falk will become available for a one-timer up top.
So we saw that they almost scored on that power play the other night with Bolduc in that bumper spot, and Oscar Sundqvist fed him.
Yes. There's multiple ways to get the puck to the bumper guy. The bumper guy's important because he's there to relieve the pressure. Mm-hmm. If need be, pass it in, he bumps it back to somebody else, and now the penalty kill has to readjust. Or he shoots the puck from the most dangerous spot on the ice, which is right in the middle.
Yeah.
So why I think that this is more than just a audition for Jimmy Snuggerud is for those exact reasons, is they see something in him. Now, does he have to score tonight to stay in the lineup? I don't necessarily think that's the case. Look, Dalibor Dvorsky had a great first game, but he also plays a harder position. Playing the center ice right now for the Blues, it means you have to take out one of your most dependable players. Mm-hmm. Like Oscar Sundqvist, Jim Montgomery on record less than a week ago saying that he is quite possibly my best defensive forward down low. Okay. Radek Faksa, are you really messing with that line right now?
No.
That line has been pivotal in your success. And then Shen, Thomas, you're not touching them.
Yeah.
So Dalibor Dvorsky has a harder time finding his spot in the lineup. Whereas right now, Jim Montgomery has the ability to take Texier and Joseph out of the lineup, along with Dvorsky, and put Jimmy Snuggerud in there. Jimmy Snuggerud is a different player than those guys. So is it an audition? Every game is an audition, especially when you're a young guy like that. But I think this one could have some teeth if he plays well and even just has some good scoring attempts.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
No, I was saying we were talking yesterday about being a veteran player and having that opportunity to, kind of taken away from you from a younger guy and understanding as Matthew Joseph, the one thing you don't want to do is complain. Like, it's a difficult thing.
Everybody knows you're not happy.
Everyone knows, but you can't walk around with your lip poked out and being frustrated, especially when your team is winning. Now, if it continues to, if they play well and Snuggerud plays well and they win again, you could be looking at a situation where the one guy that has been there and been consistent in playing, and Matthew Joseph doesn't get that opportunity anymore, and there's really nothing you can do about it but just, grit your teeth and show up to work every single day.
Yep.
Well, you got the game on tonight, of course. Blues and Red Wings. The pregame will start right here on 101 ESPN at 6 o'clock, and the puck will drop at 7 o'clock. Alex Ferrario will be on the call. He'll be the play-by-play man tonight as Curbs is out, and Joey Vitale will be his partner. So a lot of Alex coming up. He'll have the pregame for you. He'll do the play-by-play on the Blues Radio Network again right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame at 6, puck drop at 7. We avoided the lineup pre-show. All of us did. So we will all play the lineup game next as the Cards host the Angels for Game 2 of this series. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Well, a lot of playoff races heating up in the NHL right now. Major League Baseball's kicked off. So many great sporting events for you to engage with Circa Sports Illinois, the app. You can get there. You can bet online with the app that's right there on your phone or whatever your iPad is that you're using. And let's just talk about the inception of this. Derek Stevens, who's the owner and creator of Circa Sports Las Vegas, always talked about having the world's largest sports book, and now he's got it in the palm of your hand, and it's awesome. They've got great lines on their futures bets. They also have tight money line splits. You're getting the best odds out of any app. I've said it on here 1,000 times. Download any app, compare the odds, and Circa Sports has better odds, which means you get better payouts as well, and that's a lot of fun. They also have high betting limits, too, for anybody who wants to get a little adventurous, and they've got all your games, your money lines, your player props, your parlays, you name it. It's right there, available on Circa Sports Illinois, the app. So please don't miss out. Download and bet like a pro with your Circa Sports app today and join in on the excitement. If you or someone you know have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cards fall to the Angels last night in extras by a final score of 5-4. They'll take on the Cardinal killer, Kyle Hendricks, tonight, as Matthew Liberatore is also on the mound for your Redbirds. First pitch is at 6:45. The Blues take on the Detroit Red Wings, looking to keep that win streak going. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. The guys have not seen tonight's lineup. That means we will play the lineup game next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
That sounder means it's time to play the lineup game here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. The Cardinals will take on the Angels for Game 2 tonight of this series after losing last night. Kyle Hendricks, old buddy Kyle Hendricks, will take the mound. He is a right-hander. Kyle Hendricks.
Carey, what is he?
Right-handed.
Okay, thank you.
RHP.
See, yesterday you thought I dissed you for Anthony. So I just dissed Anthony for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Got you back on the board.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
He's a human being.
Anthony, you understand.
That's the
You're a good teammate like that.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep. You're trying to prove a point, and I think you landed it. So,
Thank you.
all right,
He's
boys.
also a Cardinal killer, some would say.
Whoa, what? Why does he hate birds?
But not
St. Louis Cardinals.
tonight.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Stagnant lineup.
that's a good
At least at the top.
Lars Newbar.
Go ahead, Carey.
Show us Lars Newbar.
International superstar.
Watch out, don't run into any walls or anything.
Oh, wow, Anthony. I feel like that was geared at you.
Well,
A little bit.
him
Marshy?
and Newt have that in common.
Yeah, Marshy, a little bit. A little bit of a ricochet for Anthony.
I won't admit to that, but I do see the similarities for sure.
All right. I was just checking, Anthony. I'm looking out for you.
I actually appreciate you bringing that up now. Not only did I smash my face and my head into my parents' pool, the side of the wall there, I also hit my head on the desk.
Did you ever?
Pretty hard. Might explain why I called Jim Montgomery Drew Bannister at the start of last segment.
Is it because they're both bald?
It happens to the best of us.
Like, the voices are nowhere near the same.
No, it's
but-
just
Coach for the Blues.
my mind doesn't work that much.
Yeah.
You know? Anyways.
Okay.
All right, so Lars Newbar.
All right. I say they run it back with Wilson here. They've got to get him going.
I'm with you.
Show me. Wilson Contreras.
No.
Shit, they've already given up on him. He's back under the bus, Anthony.
You said shoot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't look at him like that. We have to check. What the hell are you doing?
What have I ever said?
Oh, you said, yeah. Well, bleep your pants then. All right. Okay. Yep.
My favorite is when he said, "Oh, Anthony." That guy is bat. Actually said the word, then bleeped out the next word. That was my first word.
He was bat bleep.
Crazy. You missed the word to bleep.
I tried.
That was
In my
awesome.
head, it made sense.
All right. Anyways. All right. So no Contreras here. So Contreras likely out of the lineup then.
You think?
I would say Burley's probably at first.
If Burley's at first, I think Burley is here.
Yes.
You need two lefties. This is not.
It's
That's
an
not
RHP.
Cardinal.
Yeah, you know me.
Well, who else would be second though?
Burleson
batted there
Donovan?
almost.
Left bat, though. He doesn't like left bats.
No.
It used to be old people. Now it's left bats.
No, I think
My son's a
left-handed-
lefty.
No. I think lefties are
great
great.
kid.
Thank you.
Barry Bonds, one of the great. Some say the
What's your
greatest hitter
problem
of all
with Barry?
time.
I mean, apart from several things.
Greatest hitter of all time.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a lefty.
Okay, so then
King Griffey Jr.
Hang on, let's just cut to the chase. What's your idea? Then?
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it. I like Nolan Arenado.
At 2?
No.
No chance. Carey, you have to be overruled.
All right.
No.
I say
Do your thing.
I say Alec Burleson.
I say Alec Burleson, too.
Show us
2 against 1.
Jamie and I, Alec Burleson.
Oh, really?
Acting like you're a star. We haven't even opened yet.
All right.
Sorry,
well,
Carey, every now and then we do-
throw all the rules out the window then.
What are the rules?
Because they left, right, left, right, left, right. That's how you walk.
that's how they
That's how the
rules.
No, that's how you walk, and that's how the Cardinals bet. Throw all the damn rules out the window.
Not in 2025.
Okay, well, cool. I'm glad I finally got the memo. I was out all last week.
Why are
Didn't
you
know.
so angry at all?
Yeah, because the left, right. You got to go left, right, left, right. Just like the shortstop has to be the
some
leadoff.
nights you can go left, right.
Clearly. You can't walk like that.
We can.
You can't hit like that.
We should go
We'll see.
another lefty. We should go Donovan here.
Do it. Do it. Nah.
I think it's Baker,
Do
maybe,
it.
DH.
Nah. Baker played yesterday.
Yeah, and
He's tired.
got hit. He
He
went
got
to base
hit.
3 times.
Yeah, he's
Although
tired.
they're going to keep him for left-handed pitching is what I hear. He's the new Albert Pujols is what they are saying. Only left-handed pitching.
Okay. So having that nugget.
Yeah. That means it's probably Luke and Baker.
I say Donovan.
I say Gorman.
I say Donovan.
Okay, Donnie it is.
Go ahead.
Hey, you do it.
No, Carey, you've been mad all day. Go.
Show us
Let him do it.
Brendan Donovan.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
All right, Carey.
3 lefties in a row. Now I can do it.
Now you can do it. You
for
got
it.
a little crazy
Show us.
earlier.
Nolan Arenado.
A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing.
That's my theory. Let's go, baby. Don't call it a comeback.
All right.
All right, so
Okay.
who was 5th yesterday?
Herrera.
Herrera. Yeah, I don't think he's playing again, is he? He might have to be, yeah. Probably Herrera. Until there's guys on base.
And then he's removed. Yeah.
I don't think it works that way.
Go for it.
Show me. Ivan Herrera.
No way in hell.
Okay.
So Wilson's
it's
out.
Paez.
He's not batting
I don't
here.
think he's been 5th,
Yeah,
though.
I'm. Okay, you're right.
Paez catching.
Yes, correct.
So I think we just, Jamie, if I may, we just got a nugget from that sounder, knowing now that maybe Herrera's not in the lineup and it's Paez.
Correct.
Okay.
Can we go with Nolan Gorman here? Is he in the lineup?
At 5?
Okay, so where's Donovan then?
Donnie is
Donnie's at
at
3.
second base.
I mean, position-wise.
Burley is at first
Not
base.
doing a great job.
I'm trying to put the puzzle together, Jamie.
Burley is at first base.
Yes.
DH is Nolan Gorman.
And Donovan's a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's
I like that.
right field? Jordan Walker?
Jordan
At
Walker.
Jordan
5?
Walker.
Nah, he's
No.
probably 7. He might be 6 today.
I like your idea of Gorman
I like Gorman here.
because he's loading up his lefties here.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Listen, anytime I get me some Nolan Gorman.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman.
Nice job.
me a curve and I will hit.
So great.
All right.
Is this Walker at
This
6?
might. You need a
DH Gorman.
right fielder. You need a center fielder. You need a catcher, probably. I would say Walker, and then
Paez.
Masyn Winn. I would go Walker. Scott, Paez Winn. I got enough.
So
people?
this Walker?
I would say Walker here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Show us Jordan Walker.
Die for every ball. It's boring otherwise, plus it looks harder. The most important play in right field is what I like to call the janitor throw. Guaranteed out every time. I call it the janitor throw because it cleans up that are trying to take an extra base on you.
That's so good.
Victor Scott.
Being Scott or Paez here?
I think you would probably have Scott here ahead of. I think he's proven himself. He can move up
All right.
a spot in the line. I think. Hey, you
Go
want to put
for it.
Paez here?
It's either Paez or Scott. So
Because Winn is dead last.
I think it's Victor. I think it's
You know what? You do it. I want you to step out on the limb.
I think you got this, Jamie.
I believe in you.
Because I think it's Paez too.
I think it's Paez.
Let's do it.
Show me Peter Pages.
Smithers, throw this at him.
You're out!
Maybe.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, now
Can't have 2 weak links in a row with Paez. What? No?
no, you're speaking the truth.
I'm just being honest right
Carey?
now.
Show us Victor Scott.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
that's so good, too.
And show us Masyn Winn.
Duncan! Bring me that arm!
How long before
right.
they sit Masyn Winn down?
Nah.
They don't have a backup shortstop.
Yeah, they do. Brendan Donovan.
Did you see the play that he didn't make last night?
He caught the ball fine. He threw it to the wrong spot.
Part of the problem.
We got a text
Run it,
from
Marsh.
314 says, "What the F is this segment?" Have you never listened
Wow,
to this
welcome to the
Probably
show.
hasn't,
First
yeah.
of all, no, Carey, don't be mean.
Nah, I just
Welcome
wondering
him
if
in.
you...
Well, hey, 314, welcome to the Fast Lane. We appreciate you listening. If you're a first-time listener, this is the segment where we break down the Cardinals' batting order. We have a little fun with it. Marshy has sounders for players, and we do our best to guess the lineup. It's kind of a fun game. Feel free to play along next time you're listening.
Well, if they are a new listener, Carey, we want to make sure we welcome them.
So here's the
You
thing.
attacked him like a pit bull.
No. Well, he attacked us, or
No, he
she
didn't.
attacked.
He said
What the fast lane is this segment is how I read
He's
it.
kind of talking our language, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
well, what the fast lane are you talking about? But thank you for breaking it down.
Marsh, run it.
All right, leading off in left field, Lars Nootbaar. Batting second, first baseman, Alec Burleson. Batting third, your second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Your cleanup hitter, third baseman, no. Batting fifth, the DH, Nolan Gorman. Batting sixth in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting seventh behind the dish is Pedro Pajes. Batting eighth in center is Victor Scott II. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Masyn Winn.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw!
Home run.
We have a new leader in the clubhouse.
Yes, we do.
It's Andrew Marsh,
Yes.
who got Lars Taylor Tatsui Nootbaar right.
No, it's
He's a-
Brendan Donovan.
Or
Right?
Brendan Donovan, excuse me. Nobody had Newt.
Nobody had Newt.
I thought about it too. I'm like, nah.
We had someone text me yesterday. Brendan Donovan's never hit a home run off this guy. Left-hander.
And you did it.
First at bat.
Boom.
Boom.
So Marsh with 3, me with 1, Carey and Jamie with they're still searching.
The goose egg.
Still
goose egg.
searching.
Thanks for the
Give
reminder.
me Nolan Gorman tonight.
Give me Lars Taylor Tatsui Nootbaar. Marsh, where were you on the bar?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, sorry. I was
That's
writing
all right.
it down.
That's okay. Yeah. You got a lot to do.
I was thinking of Drew Bannister for some reason.
Me too. Go ahead, Jamie.
I'll go with my new homeboy, Alec Burleson.
I thought that was Marsh's guy.
Yeah.
Carey?
Starting to. There's something's happening.
I guess I should just go.
Kind of.
Chalk. I mean, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado. There you go. All right. Marsh has got what's trending for us next on 101 ESPN.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, Lance Lynn is hanging him up. He has announced his retirement after 13 seasons, 2 All-Star selections, and, of course, a 2011 World Series. He is a champion, and, of course, that came with your St. Louis Cardinals. Thoughts on Lance Lynn, his career, and how good of a Cardinal he was here in St. Louis?
He was a really good Cardinal. A really good Cardinal. I honestly, I mean, you know, I think if Mo could have a do-over, a mulligan, one of them might be making sure they sign.
Yeah, not letting him go in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm not saying he goes on and goes else. You know, he doesn't go elsewhere. He retires a Cardinal. He's only a Cardinal. I'm not saying that. I don't think he has a yachty career, but I think that he had a lot more left in the tank, and for whatever reason, Mo was just done. He was ready to move on.
Well, I think they were both done. I think Lance Lynn, too, he had said some things that year, not necessarily directly about Mo, but there was friction, apparently.
Right.
So, it happened.
Yep. But otherwise, really good Cardinal. Good career.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play 10-plus years in any major sport, one of the 4 major sports, I mean, even if you play soccer, whatever, you are, hats off to you. Great career, great job. Sometimes I'm sure he didn't want his final year to be what happened here. As a competitor, I know he wanted to go out there and keep competing, but maybe there was not, enough opportunities or no calls that came. But you hang your hat up and you can go rest and chill with your family. So congrats to him. Hats off to him.
Yeah, he's doing a podcast. I believe he's doing a podcast with Kyle Gibson, Jimmy the Cat Hayes. I think Matt Holliday makes an appearance on this podcast, too. And then he's also jumping on his wife's podcast from time to time. So a guy that always seemed to shun the media because he was kind of crafty with the way he did things. Now looks like he's going to be, not part of the media, but part of the entertainment industry.
Yeah. He grew up here, I feel like. Yeah. Him as a personality grew up here. At first, maybe a little standoffish with the media, and then found a way to play with it. So, hats off to him. Congratulations on the retirement.
We got a text here real quick. Sorry, Marshy. From 314 said, guys, ... It's Lance Lynn, and it's April 1st. Just think about it. I don't think he's doing it.
I don't know if he was on his wife's podcast. You just mentioned that. He announced it today.
And they seem pretty serious. She was like, she did a great job of trying to extract more out of him because he was kind of cutting it short. And she's like, well, no, but like, what does it mean to you? What do you want to say?
Yeah, sure.
So that's a hard thing, man. Like when you realize it's over.
Oh, God.
Like I told you all when I realized it was over, I was at a bar in the airport in Tampa
for 3 months.
It could have been. And I just came from a workout with the Buccaneers, and I was like, yeah, they let me get on the plane to go home. It's probably it, man. That's a tough waiter. And I was like, you know what? Bartender, give me a beer. Tall one. Got to drink my sorrows away.
Keep them coming every 10 minutes until I pass out, and every 5 minutes.
Just put me on the plane.
Give me a burger.
And a burger. Yeah. Fries.
Do you guys have any, players that you knew that had wild retirement stories? Because I know, Jamie, you died, but you talked about the player that you were hanging out with in the tub, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah, my guy, Fernando Bryant.
Go ahead, sir.
We were sitting in the hot tub getting ready for practice. He looked me square in my eyes. He's like, CD, I'm done. I'm like, huh? So, yeah, man, I take too much to get ready for practice. I'm in the hot tub for 20 minutes. I got to put all this oils on and the Tiger Balm. I said, my body hurt.
Yeah.
He got out the tub, dried off, and I've never seen him again. Never seen him to this day in person.
He's done.
That's my guy, man.
When I was playing in Detroit, Dominic Hasek had retired. And so the Red Wings signed Curtis Joseph. And then Dominic Hasek, while I'm there, unretired. And so then we had the 3-goalie thing kind of going. But it was funny because Hasek came out for practice the one day like, I'm unretired. And then Hully ripped a shot right by his ear. Like, because guys were annoyed. Like, he was retired, unretired, retired.
Yeah.
And then he skated off the ice and retired again. That was it. Like, I've never seen him since. That was it.
You know what? I changed my mind again. I'm done.
When you know, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to process.
We're done here. Marsh, you got anything else?
No, I'm just ready to hear what these people have to say about their St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, let's get to our coaching from the couch. Now it's highlighted. Anytime I miss. It's in highlight.
We follow people around.
Sorry,
probably
Drew.
say crazy things all day. Shout out to Drew.
Coaching from the couch. Your Cardinals mic drops next. I want to win this game.
Go, man.
Where's your coach?
The couch.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Coaching from the couch, or managing from the couch, if you want to do it that way. Put yourself in a manager role. This should be interesting. We did this yesterday, but the Cardinals are also coming off the sweep, the 3-game sweep of the Twins. Now we get to do this following the Cardinals' first loss of the season. With Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. This is where you leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. Tell us about your thoughts about the game and some things maybe you would have done differently. Let's hear from Robbie first.
So what did we have last night? We had Ollie's first time to make tough decisions and actually manage a game, and he picked up right where he left off last year and the year before. And he showed us that he buckles in those high-stress moments. He makes the wrong decision, or he makes the right decision too soon, or the right decision too late, but he doesn't make the right decision. How long is it going to be until we are talking about replacing this guy with Yachty or Albert? Let's go.
Okay, I'll challenge people too. I'll challenge Robbie or anybody that's kind of talking about Ollie.
Challenging anybody right now?
Challenge anybody.
In the parking lot?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, wow. All right. I just want to know what I'm getting into. I got my dress clothes on.
Jamie and Carey will be there with me.
You better believe it.
Carey, I know Carey will.
I won't?
Well, I'm just saying, Carey almost fought my father. So
yeah, well, your father said some things.
He was sitting there looking in a way that I did not like. I didn't know who the hell he was.
Anyways, challenge Robbie or anybody that's going to be, hey, Ollie makes the wrong decisions. All right, what would you have done differently? Because let's remember here, Carey was talking about this before. Ollie's faced with a decision every night. Mm-hmm. We typically only talk about the ones that he didn't make right.
They're more fun.
They're more fun, and we have the benefit of hindsight. So if we're going to be fair to Ollie or any manager for that matter,
or any coach of any sport,
yeah, let's just remove Ollie from this and let's just say coach, and we're talking about coaching decisions. It's not like Ollie sits there and is like, good God, I hope I make the wrong decision right now. Like he's put himself in a spot where he can't predict the future. That'd be nice if he could.
Yeah.
But he can't predict the future, and he's trying to make the right call. So I appreciate the mic drop, Robbie. We appreciate the mic drop. But to sit there and say, hey, he buckles, he always does. He makes the wrong decisions, but not really break down what you would have done differently. I think we can.
Let me ask a question to the group here. When Ollie makes a decision and it goes well, we tend to focus on the player coming through.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. When Ollie makes a decision and it goes wrong, we tend to blame Ollie.
Correct.
So what portion of the pie chart should be player and the other one manager? Because Ollie might be making the right decision by putting a certain player in at a certain time or taking a guy out, but then it's up to the players, plural, to come through.
Right.
Now, do I think he should have pinch hit for Masyn Winn? I do. You have a guy that's ice cold. The last at-bat of the game, with the game on the line, is not the time to hope he pulls out of it.
I think he had been hitting the ball hard, and I think that's
and how's that working out for him?
Well, hey.
Nolan Gorman also hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, in this game.
But anyways, back to I digress. Back to the original question is, how much is the player, how much is the manager when these decisions are made?
Do you want us to answer?
Yeah, of course.
Carey's been on this for a while.
I put 85%, 90% on the player.
Okay.
Like it's their job.
But that's kind of my point.
Yeah, it's the player's job. If I whether it's analytics or gut or God, whatever I use to make that decision.
Do you consult God?
I pray all the time.
Yeah, but what do you pray
Mostly when people like you are on the road and cutting me off. I pray to God that I make it safely and I don't end up in prison.
Okay. I always wonder what people pray for. Are they wasting God's time with some of their prayers?
Oh, I'm sure some people are.
I pray for you guys mostly.
Well, those are great prayers.
Yeah.
Those are not a waste of time.
No, not at all.
But yeah, it's on the player. Like the player has to come through. I think now the one decision that comes to mind is Brandon Crawford versus Neris last year. That was odd. in Chicago.
5 years before he owned him.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
That was weird. Other than that, I mean, you kind of got to lean on your guys. And maybe he had a gut.
John from the Snake Pit says, is this going to be the talk after every loss? Absolutely. Here's Mike, who left us a mic drop.
You're welcome.
Get used to it.
Feedback from last night. Yeah, Donovan made a bad play. Herrera allowed a run with a stolen base. We threw a pop fly over second base. And he's not going to improve. A man that mature after all these years of catching is not going to suddenly become somebody who throws anybody out. Can't live with a guy like that. I wonder if he can play the outfield. I guess not. But the big play of the game, which all my knowledgeable friends are talking about, who all played the game, managed no logic exists for letting Winn bat, who was 0 for 13 with 6 strikeouts, and against a nice right-handed reliever, when Gorman's there, who just had a hot night and is a left-handed batter and has power. And like I said, I think went 3 for 4 the previous night. No logic on this planet. Not one manager in Major League Baseball would have not pinch hit Gorman. No way. And I don't understand why Ollie would favor Winn so much. Of course, he struck out, so now he's over 14 with 7 strikeouts. But that's something that I just can't let go.
Mike, with all due respect, you are in the majority on this. The majority of the people that are talking today about the Cardinals and the loss, the majority of the people are saying the same things you did. If I may offer a counter, Winn is supposed to be one of your dudes. Mm-hmm. Winn is supposed to be one of your cornerstone pieces. Winn is supposed to be one of your foundational pieces. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes. So you got a spot with a young player who was phenomenal for you a year ago. Let's not forget. He's your only shortstop, your only true shortstop. And he's in a spot where, yes, and you had the numbers, Mike, so I concede on that. I will concede the fact that Winn has struggled. And he struggled in spring training, too. So if it were just talking about that and we make decisions only on that, then yes, he should have been pinch hit. But you have a spot where Masyn Winn is up, and maybe he pops one. And that is the thing that jumpstart him from here on out. And if you think, well, you're just kind of going through the what ifs, you are also dealing with a what if with Nolan Gorman pinch hitting. He may have struck out. So it is all just a what if. To me, I'm fine. That one last night didn't bother me. Mm-hmm. You're hoping that Winn comes up big. Maybe he gets the game-winning hit or game-tying hit. And, again, he gets sparked.
He was hoping for the Paul DeYoung moment. Sure. That one time he let him bat when he shouldn't have, and he hit a double down the line. And everybody's like, oh, he's fixed. Look what he did with Paul DeYoung.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, I know we're going to talk about this later at some point. There's a conversation to be had about, like, the wins versus development.
Right.
The push and pull of a retool / rebuild is wins against development.
And not only that, we're watching from home.
Well,
Ollie Marmol is managing.
Choice.
Right.
I couldn't get a ticket to the game.
No.
You probably could have got a ticket to the game.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah.
I think you could have got.
But Ollie's managing
15,000.
Ollie has to manage these young players. Like he's managing them for hopefully 162 plus, but you have to.
I know.
You're managing the people as well.
If you pinch hit and you score that run and the game is tied going into the 11th inning, now you don't have your best shortstop on the field. Now that might be part of it as well. But I want to go back to what Mike said, because the one thing he said that I wholeheartedly agree with, and I told you we were watching the game that day and it set me off, was that pop fly that Ivan Herrera threw from home plate to second base. And if we are going to watch that all season, it's going to be a long season, man.
Right.
It's only going to get worse.
I just don't know how you improve it, right? Like I get fixated on this one problem, and like I look at certain exercises just from a physical standpoint that he could improve his strength, but then certain players just can't throw as hard as other players, and it's always this crazy thing where you get the skinniest pitcher and he's throwing 101, and you get this Hulk who's throwing 93. You're like, well, how is that even possible? Because it's just different. Like, the player is wired differently. Mm-hmm. And Herrera, although he looks like a very in-shape young man, which he is, cannot throw the ball hard.
Yeah.
His pop-up times are weak, and his arm is weak.
He needs to go to the Rube Baker School of throwing. Got to read those magazines.
No, Rube could throw it. He just couldn't. He wasn't accurate.
He was fined a second. He was fined a second.
He couldn't throw it to the pitcher.
He couldn't throw it back to the pitcher.
Well, you got to work on. I mean, whatever it takes.
He had a cannon.
Throws it well to the pitcher.
Cannon. That's right. Like a laser. And then he couldn't throw it back to the pitcher.
Let me ask you something, Rube. You want to know how I got the name Rube? No, I got a good idea on that. All right, let's go to Alexi.
Oh my goodness.
Plain and simple, Nolan Gorman should have had the last at bat yesterday. That pitch hit situation for Masyn Winn. Masyn Winn has looked lost at the plate, hasn't done much, and you have a left-handed power hitter on the bench. Potentially could hit a walk-off for you. I'm taking my chances there. It's the fourth game this season. Yeah, who cares? But give me Nolan Gorman there. The guy looked good in his first game of the year against the Twins, hit 3 hits, a home run. Get Nolan Gorman some confidence. Heck, they're saying we don't want to lose the confidence with Masyn Winn. Well, what are you saying when you have Ivan Herrera coming out of the game in the 9th inning or 8th inning or whatever time when the Cardinals have a lead? What are you saying to him? And then you say that you're worried about Masyn Winn maybe losing his confidence. No, that's ridiculous. It's a joke. I don't believe it. Nolan Gorman should have had the last at-bat, and I wish Ollie would have made the move.
I mean, again, with all due respect, this Nolan Gorman, think about it this way. A month ago, do you think we'd be talking about pinch hitting for Masyn Winn with Nolan Gorman of all people? I mean, there's a lot of Cardinals fans that wanted
Matt Carpenter wanted
him gone. Like, just trade the guy. We're done here. I don't think it's as simple as what people are making it out to be, unless, again, you just purely use the numbers and you just eliminate the human element out of it, you know? And Ivan Herrera, what you're telling him is, hey, if you don't learn how to play catcher, you can't play catcher late in games. Right? If you can't figure out how to not throw the ball in the center field, you can't be our catcher late in games.
It matters in the second inning as well, though. It matters.
Don't you do that to me. I wouldn't have the kid play. He's a DH to me. Hell of a hitter.
Hey, that guy, you can't throw.
He's listening,
Anthony. You just to second base.
I doubt it.
I doubt that he's listening. But I doubt that this is not the first time he's heard this.
Right.
You don't think he hears this?
You don't think he knows?
He knows.
Who do you think is telling him this stuff?
Everybody.
No.
Except for his family.
No.
I'm sure. Jamie.
I think his mom even says it.
No. I don't think mom says it.
No way.
I don't think mom, grandma.
Momsy would, for
if
sure.
If I couldn't, turn to the right or something, she'd be like, son, you're a hell of a player. You can't turn to the right. Maybe
you got to fix
different.
this.
Yeah.
He'd do something different.
Yeah.
Be better. My mom would do the same.
Yeah.
But it's got to get better, man.
Andy's got the last word on this.
Hey, guys. So last night's game, you could probably nitpick a few things. Jordan Walker being pinch hit in the 9th probably is the biggest one. But overall, I think the bullpen did a good job. Really, the thing that caused us to lose yesterday was leaving guys on base. I think they left 12 guys on base yesterday.
Good point.
You got hits from the offense. You got over 10 hits again. But they just didn't come through in clutch spots. So I really don't consider this as a problem with Ollie or managing that game. It's just the guys didn't come through in the clutch. That's simple as that. All right, thanks.
Great point by Andy. And also, kudos to CD, who's brought this up before, where it's like, and he brought it up in the first segment. It's not just one thing.
Correct.
Andy's right. They left 10 runners on base. Or, I'm sorry, 12. 12 runners on base last night. 12 was an issue a year ago. I got to say this, Dr. Xander from the Snake Pit. Not one runner has got to center field on a Herrera, though. That was awesome. All right, what are the pros and cons of playing a playoff brand of hockey for an extended period of time? If you're kind of confused by the question, Jamie will break it down next on 101 ESPN.
I will. Anthony, mentality has changed everything for me in my life. Just, things were going pretty good, but still couldn't figure out the last step. And going to mentality helped me with that. I sat down with the board-certified physicians, just like you did, and by the end of the day, they had figured out an exact program for me. And it's made a world of difference.
Yeah, somebody from the Snake Pit, Nate, just said, how long is Anthony going to keep up this energy? Well, I just got mentality, so I'm ready to go.
Well, how'd you go today?
Yeah, I went today.
Which location?
South County.
Ooh, I go to Chesterfield.
I know you do. Same people, though, which is great.
Yes.
You're not getting two different sets of people. It's the same fantastic people that sit down with you initially and say, hey, what's going on? For me, it was, that lack of energy. It kind of had to do with drive, too, really. Like, I know I got more in the tank here, but I guess I'm getting older. And no, man, don't think like that. If you are thinking like that, at least go down to one of the two locations and talk to the fine folks at Mentality. Tell them that you're also lacking energy. Tell them that you're also lacking maybe that drive to get in the gym, or do the things that you can normally excel at.
In the bedroom.
Whatever it may be, right? No judgment, no shame.
Nope.
If you want to be on top of your game, I just did a rhyme there. It was amazing. Go to Mentality, one of the two locations, or check them out online at lowtusa.com. But tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you down there. They'll love to hear that. And then, as Jamie often likes to say, they'll give you a little something, too, for just dropping our name on top of giving you some youth back, too. It's Mentality. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. What are the pros and cons of playing a playoff brand of hockey for an extended period of time? Is it possible that the Blues eventually kind of run out of gas this way? I mean, I think it's a good question, because we as fans are like, hey, keep the foot down on the pedal, keep going, carry this momentum into the playoffs. That all sounds great, but Jamie, there's a reason why you don't play a playoff brand, quote unquote, of hockey from game 1 through game 82. You'll wear yourself out. You'll get banged up. How long can the Blues play this way and still be able to carry this through and make a deep playoff run?
Well, so this goes back to like Jimmy Snuggerud, Dalibor Dvorsky right now. This this actually helps Jim Montgomery and the team continue to play that brand of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And when Colton Parayko comes back and somebody has to come out of the lineup and you've got 2 extra defensemen, like that will help too. Because one thing you know right now is that everybody on your roster, except for Snuggerud because he hasn't played yet, everybody else on your roster can play in the NHL. To what level? Like for Dvorsky, we're not sure, but he can play. So if you need to plug him in at some point, you're like, you know what? I'm not all that worried about him. I think he's smart enough to play. So now you can start giving guys a little bit of rest. So if somebody like Oscar Sundqvist is banged up a little bit, you can slot somebody at center for a game. You can rotate guys around a little bit. Your bottom 6 is probably going to get manipulated a little bit. Your top 6 might get manipulated if you solidify a playoff spot and solidify yourself in a spot that you can't move, which I don't think that will happen, by the way, because everything is just too tight right now in the wild card race. In fact, the Blues are 1 point behind the Minnesota Wild, and they're all even at games. So if the Blues win tonight, they leapfrog the Wild into the first wild card spot. Now, Minnesota will have a game in hand, but my point is that this is going to be a race to the end. But now the benefit of playing playoff hockey. The Blues have been playing playoff hockey now since the end of the Four Nations. What was that, February 22nd? They're already in playoff mode. They know what's going on. Some teams, it takes them a game or two in the playoffs to get to playoff mode. Some teams that get eliminated in the first round don't ever find playoff mode. Yet they had tremendous success in the regular season, but they're unable to unlock playoff mode.
Mm-hmm.
The Blues have unlocked playoff mode because that's what they've been doing here for the last while. So that's the benefit of it, is your team doesn't have to change a thing. It's not like, okay, guys, here's a scouting report on whoever we're playing, and now this is when we have to dial it up. We have to make sure we're finishing our hits, got to make sure we're blocking shots, got to make sure we're managing the puck properly, clearing out the front of the net. All of those things the Blues are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's rinse, repeat for Monty at that point. And the staff, here's a scouting report on the team we're playing. Here's the most likely matchups you're going to have. Here's our strategy. Let's go to work.
Yeah.
Whereas other teams who have injuries and guys coming back, we saw with Vegas, they tried to trick the system a couple of years ago, LTIR and all this, they added bodies, and then when they all culminated for a playoff series, they got eliminated first round because it wasn't working.
Right.
So for people who look at another team right now that think, oh, they're going to trick the system, like the Oilers might be able to get Evander Kane back in the playoffs, like, so what? It all has to work out for you. Gabriel Landeskog might come back for the Avalanche. That would be an amazing story for Gabriel Landeskog. But where is he at with his play after missing 2 full seasons?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, right? Where does he fit in? So I like the fact that the Blues have had to play a more elevated style of hockey right now. And what it's done is it's separated them from the herd a little bit too here. Calgary Flames are playing hard right now. They still got 2 games in hand, 5 points behind. All things being equal, if everybody's equal games right now, the Blues are in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So I like it.
I think it's good for him. I think it does prepare him. I know there is some concern of kind of full metal and pedal to the throttle, pedal to the metal, going so hard for so long, but I think it does prepare you. You're mentally in that space where you've essentially had to have that playoff mindset since you got back from the Four Nations face-off. Like you've been in playoff mode from that entire point on. And to your point, Jamie, adding players like Snuggerud and Dvorsky and having Colton Parayko coming back from an injury, it's like a trade, Anthony, getting a player back.
Imagine getting a first defenseman
it's like a trade at the deadline when you get a guy back like that.
No, it only means the actual trades.
No, it
counts for actual trades.
No,
you'll be trading one player out of the lineup, one player in.
And a better player.
Not
so it's a trade.
Yeah, we're just swapping players you already have in your roster.
But yeah, you got some guys that have some fresh legs that haven't been playing as much, haven't had as much time on the ice due to injury and being younger and just being called up. So it can alleviate some of those issues as long as those younger guys are playing at the level that you need them to play. Mm-hmm. And it kind of gives you a shot in the arm. So I think they're in a great spot. Like they are playing their butts off, and they are putting themselves, in a position to really make a run in this playoffs and maybe shock some people.
Right. And I understand this is a topic of conversation that other that Blues fans are having. We're having it as well. But look, what's the alternative? You're not playing hot and you make the playoffs?
Well, you can't take your foot off the gas.
No,
right now. You just can't. I mean, the belief that's going around that room, it's just wild. To walk through the locker room, even this morning, guys are like, they're having a blast with this. And they know what the expectations are. And here's the best part, Carey, and I think we can all identify to this, even listeners, when you're working, your job, whatever your profession is, and you figure out exactly what it takes to be successful, and then you're able to repeat that day in and day out and day in and day out. And for an athlete, you're winning games, you're getting points, you're getting yards or touchdowns. Right. For someone who's in the business world, you're closing deals, you're making more money, you're moving up in the corporate whatever it is. Yeah. Once you figure out what your best game is, and you can bring your best game on a daily basis.
That's what you want.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And that's what the Blues have done. All of these players know where they slot in on this team. They know.
You call them?
Slot.
Yeah. Got it.
And then they know what the expectations are for them. So now every day when they get out there to play a game, they know what to do. It makes it kind of, I hate to say rinse, repeat, because it sounds like, oh, that's easy. It's not easy to find what the Blues have right now. Yeah. But once you have it, sometimes it's hard to lose it.
Well, you're right. It's like everyday, it's everyday life. Like, let's just look at our show. Like, hey, this is your role. This is what's going to be asked of you, and perform to the best of your abilities. Good thing for this show, though, we have no roles. We're all over the place. So our expectations, we just kind of do what we do.
Yeah, I don't even listen half the time.
Carey doesn't listen, and we don't. Jamie didn't listen to him yesterday. It's just, one of those things.
Did you see him yesterday?
He was here.
Why would we listen to that?
His body was here.
He was here, all right.
I don't know if his mind was, but no, he's doing great. Is the torpedo
crab sandwich? No, he's doing great.
Look at him. That's fine. Is the torpedo bat ruining the integrity of baseball? Are people actually having this conversation, or at least making these claims like, oh, it's ruining the integrity of baseball?
We are.
It's ridiculous. We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, we called our guy Stewie to talk about his bread and butter. It is the bagel loan.
Oh, well played.
If you are interested in getting a home, let's say, and you want to save a lot of money up front, you got to call our guy Stewie. He's on the line right now. Stewie, talk to us about your bread and butter, that bagel loan.
You know what, guys? My parents always told me nothing in life is for free. Well, nothing in life is for free except the bagel loan. Bagel loan, zero cost. We just figured out a way to beat the system. You get the same or better rates, no cost to refinance or buy a home if you're borrowing more than $200,000. Now, this is the key. Rates took a dip today. The treasuries are down. This is an opportunity. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Refinance now. Get a better rate, better payment, maybe reduce your term and keep the same payment. All different ways to save money, but do it now. Later on, if rates go down again, you can do it again. It doesn't cost you a dime. So just remember what my parents said. Nothing in life is for free except, guys,
the bagel loan. Call our guy Stewie. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
And I can tell you personally about the bagel loan, and everything Stewie offers is awesome. I used Stewie, and it was the best, easiest transaction I've ever had while purchasing a home. So please give him a call again at 314-324-4440. Or, Anthony, what can they do?
Well, Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Go Cards, go Blues.
NMLS number 226715.
If you're looking to remodel your kitchen, your bathroom, or your outdoor living space, please call my friends over at E&B Granite. They're just the best in the business. You go down there to their warehouse or their showroom located on Manchester Avenue, and I can tell you this, when you get inside, the in-house design staff, they ask you, what are you looking to do? And if you have an idea or a concept that you've already thought of, they're there to help you, hold your hand through the whole process. But if you're like me, when I redid my kitchen, I had no idea what I was doing, didn't know what kind of countertop, backsplash, cabinets, all that stuff was very foreign to me. And they led me down the right path. We went to the back, picked out the countertop. It was awesome. Then they had an amazing idea for the backsplash to continue running the countertop up the wall. It looked incredible. The cabinets were great. And when they were done, it looked like it was ready for a magazine. I want that same experience for you, and all you have to do is give them a call. But please tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. That number's 314-645-9300. Again, that's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit them at enbgranite.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cards fall to the Angels last night in extra innings, 5-4. Kyle Hendricks will be on the mound today for the Angels. Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:45. The Blues go up against the Detroit Red Wings tonight, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We'll talk with Joe Vitale at 5:30, so stay tuned for that. But coming up next, we're going to get into the torpedo bat. Is the torpedo bat ruining the integrity of baseball? We'll discuss next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Well, of course, since one thing just worked for an excellent offense, and Ellie De La Cruz, who had himself a monstrous night. Of course, now people are discussing whether or not the torpedo bat is ruining the integrity of baseball. Maybe it's some sort of cheat code for hitters. I don't see this as such, Carey. There's things that come into sports that are new. And everybody thinks, well, look, this team or this player is ahead of things. So then it winds up being a copycat situation, and then everybody starts doing it, and then the counter happens.
Yeah.
In this case, pitchers will figure out how to best attack hitters using this specific bat.
Maybe they'll just throw at them.
Maybe they'll just throw at them, Bob Gibson style.
Teach them a lesson, Carey.
That's one way to do it.
But, guys, look, if Major League Baseball says this bat is completely legal, everybody can use it, I don't see the problem here. And it might be innovative, but it might only be innovative for a couple of weeks or a month. And then eventually pitchers will figure it out.
Well, just missed the bat.
You just missed the bat.
Swing and miss. That still plays. If you got that stuff, if you can do that, I think you're okay. And on the flip side of that, if every team is capable of using said bat, what's the complaint? Like, right. what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't. It's just sometimes people want to be mad about something. They just want to be angry. Oh, man, that's unfair. Okay, well, go get you a bat then, buddy. You can afford it, can't you, pal? I'm sure you can. Go get a bat and use it against the other team.
Personal finances, Carey.
Jamie, we're talking about, Major League Baseball players.
Well,
I think they gotta.
The A's aren't buying them.
Well,
tell you that much.
They are buying bats.
Not those ones.
Well, they can afford them, I'm sure.
So here's my thought on the torpedo bat. Just like you guys, If everyone's allowed to use them, then use them.
Yeah.
And it's not like everybody can use, like, not everybody's going to have success with it. So let's go back. I said having this talk with Marshy earlier today. Let's go back and just use hockey. They used to use a wooden stick that is straight blade. All of a sudden, Bobby Hull came in one day who kind of broke his stick. And the blade was kind of curved, and he took a shot, and it was a howitzer. And he was like, oh, wait a minute, what the heck is this? So then he started using a curved stick. It got to the point where the curve was so big, it was like a banana, and they had to bring in the illegal curve penalty. So then players tapered down, they figured, and some guys couldn't play with that curve. Try to pass the puck or whatever, and you just couldn't play with it. So it wasn't for everybody, but certain players, nowadays, you look at hockey, every player has their own little pattern, their own curve for the stick, their lie, everything. It's built specific to them, which means not every player can use your stick.
Right.
So not every baseball player is going to have success with the torpedo bat. Does it increase their percentages? I mean, analytically, the Yankees hired a whole team of people, so analytically it must be an advantage. But then everybody can have the same advantage.
Yeah.
Like the curve in hockey was not outlawed to the whole league. Having a boomerang for a stick was outlawed. So I just don't see it being that big of an issue right now. And, the technology changes throughout the course of time. You take a wooden bat from the 1920s to the torpedo bat that they're rolling out there now, like it is night and day. Yeah. Just like hockey, you take, I cleaned out my garage the other day, and I picked up a stick from my very first year in the NHL. This thing was a 2x4 with tape on it. I was like, holy crap, we played with these things? Yeah. And then I picked up the other stick that I'm going to use on Friday in the Puck Cancer charity game, and it's light as a twig. And now the one that's light as a twig is firing the puck twice as fast as the one, everything changes.
Yeah.
So you have the sport and the players have to adapt with the technology.
Anybody that has played softball knows this. I mean, the bats in softball, they're insane. And as soon as you're like, man, this bat's hot, it's a new thing. Within a very short period of time, that bat becomes obsolete, and they've got somebody else comes out with a new bat. I think that this is just the new hot thing for now, and obviously the Yankees go out and use it, and because Aaron Judge is a great hitter, he has a bunch of success with it. Ellie De La Cruz has a big night with it as well. I just think that eventually this...
Then give one to Masyn Winn.
Right.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just saying, give one to Wilson Contreras.
Right.
Like, if we're doing this, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think the bat makes you hit better. I think it just makes the ball go further. I'm looking at the numbers for the Yankees, and they are last in the league in strikeouts. They're not striking. They're not swinging and missing.
What the bat does is it changes the fatness down to a different level. So most pitchers are pitching inside to a skinnier part of the bat. Yeah. So therefore, you're not getting the barrel rate. So if you move the barrel down, now your barrel rate goes up, means you get to hit the ball harder and possibly at a better angle.
Throw it at a different spot then.
Well, Carey, it's an easy game. I know.
I think you should.
People are telling me Aaron Judge is actually not using the torpedo bat. We'll cross him off then.
How dare you? How dare you? I don't care who uses it. I'm not even going to reference who is and who isn't. Everybody right now is allowed to use it.
Everybody can use it.
So just, if everybody can use the same bat,
Right.
Everybody should be.
Yeah.
But we don't all have the same bat.
Huh?
Yeah. We all use different bats.
We do. They look the same, but they're different.
That's right. All right, Jamie has got his keys to victory tonight as the Blues take on the Red Wings, and you can listen to that right here on the Blues Radio Network, 101 ESPN at 7. We got the pregame show at 6. Jamie's keys to the game, plus Light the Lamp next on 101 ESPN.
Spring is here, and if your spring project is to work on that car that you have, that muscle car or that Jeep or that Bronco or pickup truck, but you haven't started yet, please head over to Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. And one thing for sure is that we all know that your car is a huge investment. It's usually second just to your home. You have to make sure that anyone that works on your vehicle treats it with the same respect and care that you do. And the people at Pure Performance, not only do they do that, they're going to find the best accessories possible for your vehicle because they have it right there in their 25,000 square foot facility. Largest showroom in the area, by the way. Easy to find, right off Highway 70, Cave Springs Boulevard exit. Get in there, ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to ask you what your vehicle is, what your budget is, and what your expectations are, and then they're going to nail it right there. They're going to hand you off to the technicians. The technicians are going to put everything together for you. You're going to absolutely love your vehicle when they're all said and done. And now, if you need tires at all, for any vehicle that you own, Pure Performance has you, but also don't forget about your ATV, UTV, and golf carts. Pure Performance now has tires for all of those little vehicles as well. So please, again, stop by, check it out, or visit them online at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh here as well. We've got our keys to victory, at least Jamie's keys to victory tonight, as the Blues take on the Red Wings. Pregame at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, first one for me, Olivia Newton-John said it best. Let's get physical. You're coming off a huge game in Colorado where the intensity had playoff intensity to it, dramatic finish, all the things. It's just the energy, the intensity is just off the charts. You can't have a letdown. Mm-hmm. And the best way to counter a letdown is to come out and try to just bully your opponent early. For every action, there's a reaction. So the first 4 or 5 hits when you put Red Wings guys through the glass, they're going to fight back.
Sure.
And now what you've done is you've basically created a playoff atmosphere to help yourself stay in that playoff mode. It's necessary. The first 3-4 shifts for the Blues got to be physical. Drag the Red Wings into a battle. So that's the key number one. Key number two is get pucks to the net. Their goaltending has been average. We'll say average.
Suspect.
Yes, suspect. sus, as the kids say.
As the
Anthony?
kids say.
Yeah, although it means something different, I'm sure. But pucks and bodies to the net make it very difficult for the Red Wings, and draw penalties. Play hard, draw penalties. Their penalty kill is awful, dreadful. And your power play right now has been pretty hot, especially with the new look Bolduc in the middle and the Snuggerud thing. We'll see what that looks like. But it'd be a nice way to kind of welcome these young guys to the league here, especially Snuggerud, get him a nice opportunity on the power play. Got to defend the front of your net. The Red Wings love the little cross ice passes, little seam passes, things like that. They don't have a lot of guys that drive to the net. They like to play perimeter hockey, which should work to your advantage because recently you're really defending the middle of the ice. So those are my keys for the game today.
Well, let's light that lamp then.
And a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
All right, Marsh, what's the latest standings?
Carey Davis with 25 points.
Wow.
I have 17. Jamie and Anthony, you guys are tied at 11.
CD and a runaway.
Yeah. This is tough for me. Got a couple names on my mind. Can't pick all of them. Give me Dylan Holloway.
Okay. That's tough.
I remember one time.
Band camp?
No, not a band camp. I never attended one of those.
Sounds like you missed out.
Well, I did play the keyboard back in 4th grade. I was terrible. So, no, I did not attend band camp. But I do remember a young Vladimir Tarasenko who scored 2 goals in his Blues debut against,
the Red Wings.
Right, Jamie, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yes. And who's back in town?
The Detroit Red Wings. Give me Jimmy Snuggerud.
And Vladdy Tarasenko.
So
let me ask you guys a question here, because I was going to pose this question when it came to me, had Jimmy Snuggerud not been taken. So I owe Marshy the same fairness in return. If Jimmy Snuggerud scores, should it be worth 5 points?
No.
Scoring in your very first game ever?
Absolutely not, no.
Wow, okay. You guys kiboshed that way. Of course, you're going to
That was
say
easy.
no.
Hell no.
Why is it easy? Don't you think it adds more excitement?
Nope. I don't need more
Do you
excitement.
not have any excitement in your life, Anthony?
Yeah, plenty. I don't need Marsh getting 5 points for doing nothing.
I'm willing to let it happen.
I'm not.
Especially with Marshy.
I like the idea.
Nope.
Especially if he scored 2 tonight.
Nope.
You guys.
Anthony, do you want to win or do you want me to beat Carey?
I want to win.
You're not going to
Which
win.
means he has
That
to
doesn't
pass
mean
you.
we got games left.
If we're not catching Carey.
You never know. But I don't have to try to catch Carey and Marsh because you're just giving away points.
I'm giving
Whatever.
away
Fine,
2
Marshy.
extra
Hey,
points.
Marshy, I
I
tried.
appreciate you, Jamie.
tried.
You tried.
Tried.
Unlike these guys.
I got you,
I
Carey.
gave you my best.
You did.
Just wasn't
Yeah.
good enough.
Thanks, Ralph.
Yeah. Who's up then? Go ahead then, fancy pants.
It's going to be Zach Bolduc.
Okay, hold on.
So we still haven't gotten a torpedo bat contest. For no reason.
Exactly.
Because you and I are in last.
Yes,
That's going to be the Riz Show's next excuse for
Oh, yeah.
the home
It
run.
already
Oh,
is.
you're using the torpedo
Oh,
softball
man, we should
bats.
find one just for
We
fun.
We should.
It wouldn't work for softball, though.
Yeah.
We have to be a massive.
Oh, I'm sure they'd still have like the torpedo version of the softball
Let's
bat.
go have one made.
Have you seen the memes that they're having for the Yankees? They're like, oh, the Yankees have new baseball gloves, and it's Aaron Judge out in center field with like a massive mitt the size of the one in San Francisco.
Pretty funny.
Good for him.
Oh, I got to go, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Give me Jake Neighbors, please. Actually, no, scratch that. Give me Jordan Bennington.
Whoa! He's going for it.
Yep.
BK did say, and he is going to the game. Anytime he goes to a sporting event, something crazy happens. Could that be a Jordan Bennington empty net goal tonight?
Give me Jordan Bennington, baby, for the win. I'd still be behind Carey.
But you'd be closer. Cat Dad Gamer says there's so many guys to pick first goal now. It's awesome.
It is true.
That is true.
We were searching forever last year, and it's like, oof,
We're all fighting over the scraps, unfortunately.
not this year.
Not this year, though.
Good year.
You feel good about multiple choices. Speaking of Snuggerud, old Snuggy, here's Jim Montgomery. on what he tells young players, just like Snuggy.
Do what you do best, what got you here, and enjoy the moment. It's a special moment, and if you're a highly competitive player, make sure you really compete hard tonight. If you're a goal scorer, don't pass up shots. If you're a defensive player and you finish checks, well, finish 5 checks tonight. Do what you do best.
I wish I had Monty as a coach.
What'd your coach tell you?
Don't do anything you've ever done before because we need you to do this.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun.
And when you see Mario Lemieux,
get off the ice.
Get off the ice.
Get off the ice.
Try it.
I'm trying.
Get off! Get off! Like, I'm on the far side. I can't!
And it's a 2-on-1, and there goes Rivers to the bench. It's a 2-on-0.
Meanwhile, Mario's like circling, knowing at this point he knows. He knows that there's a kid on the ice that shouldn't be on the ice, and he's like tapping give the old beaver tail. Give me the puck. We're gonna take it to this kid right now.
His coach doesn't believe in him.
Nobody. His whole team is up banging the boards.
Have you ever heard a coach say, "Hey, that was a great play. Don't ever do that again"?
I saw a documentary once like that.
Yeah, not quite like that. It was Jimmy Roberts. God, I love Jimmy. My very first or second game, I sauce passed a puck up the guts of the ice, like over 2 opponents' stick. It was a hell of a pass.
Yeah.
But, like, literally there was nobody in between those 2 guys and the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the bench. He goes, "Hey, that's a hell of a pass you got there." Yeah, I go, yeah. He goes, "How old were you when somebody told you not to pass the puck up the middle of the ice?" And I go, "I don't know, about like 9 or 10. He goes, "Oh, seems like you're pretty stupid then."
Jeez. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. He goes, "Just keep it to the outside, kid."
Confidence is sky high right now.
I was like, I said, I remember Fiersy was our goalie. I go, "I have confidence in my goalie, Coach."
There you go. The Puck Cancer second shift charity hockey game is this Friday at Centene Community Ice Center. You can tune in Friday to hear us, Fastlane, broadcasting live before the game from 2 to 6 from the E&B Granite Studio. Tickets are on sale for the second annual Puck Cancer second shift alumni game. See the St. Louis Blues alumni face off against the Chicago Blackhawks alumni. Now, this says including Jamie Rivers, but you're playing for the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's worded weird.
What is it?
It says, see the St. Louis Blues alumni face off against the Chicago Blackhawks alumni, including Jamie Rivers.
Oh, the first one they put out there had me on the Blackhawks team.
What the?
I don't know how that happened.
What the fast lane?
Yeah, I mean, you play for every damn team, but not the Blackhawks.
No.
I even had a chance to play for them. And I said,
no, thank you.
I'll go to the Croatians.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I would have been a Blackhawk.
We've got that rivalry game in support of the Siteman Cancer Center and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. So proceeds are going to a great cause. Grab your tickets now for the game this Friday night to support those 2 great organizations, and then tune in pregame this Friday afternoon with us, Fastlane, live from the E&B Granite Studio at Centene Community Ice Center. Jamie's got to go do some TV work for FanDuel Sports Network as the Red Wings are in town to take on our Blues. So, Jamie, we'll see you tomorrow, man.
You got a place?
Or maybe we won't. I don't know. I got to check your schedule.
I'm here all week. Tip your waitress.
Yes. Jamie's going to be in all week.
Yeah.
Including on Friday when we're at E&B Granite Studios.
It's going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Tell you, it's not been fun. Getting our butts kicked in the Gauntlet. Carey lost yesterday. Riz lost on Friday.
Oh, Riz.
So, round 3. Next on 101 ESPN.
All right, it is that time of year, and if you are thinking about selling your home, or you and your significant other are sitting down debating on whether you should sell it or not, yes, get it on the market, but you need a trusted real estate agent that can guide you the right way, and that agent is Gloria Liu with your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. A couple reasons why. The number one reason is she's been in the business for over 20 years and knows exactly what she's doing to get you to the closing table and get you the most money for your home. She also understands the landscape of St. Louis, St. Charles area as far as the pricing of homes. So it's important that you have an agent that understands that. Sometimes agents put a price on your home that's just not achievable, and then you sit there forever, and then people wonder why your home is still sitting there later on. Don't do that. Trust Gloria Liu. She's going to find the right price for your home. And again, get you the most money that she can and get you to the closing table. She also has thousands of buyers in her database that help drive traffic to your listing and ultimately help you sell your home faster. So please don't hesitate. Call my friend Gloria Liu. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit her at gloriahasthebuyers.com.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fastnet on 101 ESPN 401. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, the officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome back for a third time now, third straight show, Armin. What's up, Armin?
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good. How's your daughter doing today?
She's doing good. She's happy that Daddy won, and yes, I want to say I watched the post-game video conference last night of myself, and I made a fool of myself. Carey, I sincerely apologize for the way I behaved to you, and I did not know that you were talking to me, so I apologize, and there's no bad grudge.
Oh, no, it was actually hilarious.
It was funny. I thought it was great. Yeah, we all laughed.
I love
Armin.
the competition. It's all good.
All right, so Armin, you only have 2 more gauntlets. If you want, if you make it through, you only got 2 more. This is round 3. You can eliminate one of us by not choosing one of us, but you got to get through this gauntlet today. So round 3, would you like Marsh or me?
I'm going to save the best for last and say I want to take on Marsh.
Oh. And that's the thing. Armin says, I'm going to save the best for last. But we don't know if that's me or Jamie.
It could be Jamie.
So I like what he's doing here. It's a mystery.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. The only fear I have now is Armin has been a really good dude.
Yeah.
And Marsh
I thought he wasn't a good dude when he didn't say anything, but now he is a really good dude and apologized. Armin, I wish you wouldn't have apologized because, man, Marshy does something to really nice guys.
Seriously.
All right.
Armin, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel, and then we'll get out of here. We'll send him out.
Marsh, spin that wheel, please.
All right, here we go. Marsh, get out. Armin, do you want to tempt the wheel? What are you hoping for?
We'll take its course and see what happens here.
Okay, now you got hockey against Riz on Friday. You got hockey yesterday against Carey. Marsh is one of his stronger categories is hockey. CD, what did we wind up with?
It just landed on football.
Okay, so how do you feel about football?
Not a big fan of it, but we'll give it our best shot.
Okay. Marsh knows his football, but I don't think he knows his football as well as hockey and baseball. Like, he remembers specific moments from hockey and baseball.
This is going to be fun.
I didn't even look at the questions. So, okay. 4 football-related questions to you, Armin. Marsh will receive the same 4 categories, or the 4 questions, I should say. Each question is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Which NFL quarterback holds the record for most interceptions thrown in a career?
I'm going to have to take the options.
George Blanda, Brett Favre, or Vinny Testaverde?
The odd one would be, I don't know. I know 2 of the 3 guys. I'm going to go with Vinny Testaverde, final answer.
All right, question number 2. Contrary to question number 1, which defensive player holds the record for most interceptions in NFL history?
Yeah, give me the options again.
Is it Paul Cruz, Emlyn Tunnell, or Charles Woodson?
I'm going to have to go with Charles Woodson, final answer.
All right. Question 3, Armin. Which team plays their home games at Everbank Stadium?
Oh, God. I just saw this the other day. Everbank Stadium. I hate to do it, but I got to take the options.
Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans, or Jacksonville Jaguars?
Houston Texans, final answer.
Question number 4. Name the last coach of the Buffalo Bills before Sean McDermott who got fired before the last game of the season with a 7-8 record.
I have no idea. Let's go with the options.
Is it Mike Singletary, Rex Ryan, or Wade Phillips?
Rex Ryan, final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Marsh from the cone of silence right now. I don't know if he saw us. Carey, can you?
There he is. He's coming now.
Armin, how you feeling?
Not great, to be honest. I'd rather have random than football.
Okay. All right. We'll see how Marsh does today. He's got a St. Louis Blues sweatshirt on. He's rocking the black today.
I like it.
All black.
Yeah.
All black Cardinals hat.
Detroit's funeral tonight.
Oh, I like that.
I was thinking.
And maybe the Angels too, huh?
Well, I got a Blues. Well, yeah, I know. I got a Cardinals hat on. You're right. It is.
I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah. I'm not going to that game. I'm going to the Blues game. But
okay. All right. Well, a couple funerals.
Maybe.
All right. Marsh, as you know, Armin has received hockey the first 2 gauntlets. Mm-hmm. But today, it's football.
Okay, I'm actually not that great at football, as the record would say, or show.
Well, let's see how you do. Carey?
Pack a lunch.
Question 1. Which NFL quarterback holds the record for most interceptions thrown in a career?
In a career?
In a career, Bob.
Well, it's got to be someone with tenure, because if it was somebody that was bad, their career probably wouldn't have lasted as long. So I'm going to use the options on this one.
George Blanda, Brett Favre, Vinny Testaverde.
Okay, so I'm going to eliminate Vinny Testaverde because that was a question last week, and that was a single season record. I don't know who wrote these questions, but I think they want me to go with Vinny. I'm going to go with the guy that was not one of the options that you brought up last week, Brett Favre. Final answer.
Brett Favre. What the hell's Brett Favre doing here, Carey?
Question number 2. Contrary to question number 1, which defensive player holds the record for most interceptions in NFL history?
Oh, jeez. Most interceptions. Let's see, who would come to mind? Well, Ed Reed comes to mind. But let's take the options.
Is it Paul Krause, Emlyn Tunnell, or Charles Woodson?
Ooh, I only know one of those people. So we have Mr. Krause, Mr. Tunnell, the Lincoln Tunnel. Buddy the Elf walked through that. Did you know that? And that's exactly why I'm going to go with that guy. What's his name?
Emlyn Tunnell.
Emlyn Tunnell. He sounds like an author. We'll go with him. Final answer.
Question 3, Marsh. Which team plays their home games at Everbank Stadium?
Everbank Stadium. Everbank. It sounds like Denver. I feel like they might have renamed their stadium. Everbank. I've never heard of Everbank. Everbank Stadium. Let's go through here. Or is it Cleveland? They did rename, I think. Baker Mayfield used to do the commercials. I feel like I got to shoot from the hip here, but I also don't feel comfortable with my first 2 answers. So let's take the options.
Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Good thing I did. So Houston plays at Energize Field or not, something like Energy Field, NRG. I believe Carolina is still Bank of America, so we'll go with Jacksonville. Final answer.
Question number 4. Name the last coach of the Buffalo Bills before Sean McDermott who got fired before the last game of the season with a 7-8 record.
Oh, jeez. Buffalo. Who was with Buffalo? Did you know, Anthony, that no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills?
I did actually know that, yeah.
Maybe you do know who this former head coach is. I don't, so I'm going to use the options.
Is it Mike Singletary, Rex Ryan, or Wade Phillips?
Mike Singletary, Rex Ryan, Wade Phillips. I'm between Rex Ryan and Wade Phillips. I do remember Rex Ryan coaching them. Yeah. How long has Sean McDermott been there for? Oh, man. I'm going to go Rex Ryan. Final answer. I do not like this. I do not feel comfortable.
That is what our guy Armin said as well. So let's go through these. Armin with a chance to advance tomorrow to take on either me or Jamie in a Gauntlet finale. Also on the line is Marsh going to the penalty box. So let's go over these. Start off that last question. Name the last coach of the Buffalo Bills before Sean McDermott, who got fired before the last game of the season with a 7-8 record. You both took the options. You both went with, now let's go get an effing snack, Rex Ryan. Correct answer is
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan. We have a 1-1 tie between Marsh and Armin. Contrary to question 1, which we'll get to, which defensive player holds the record for most interceptions in NFL history? Armin, you took the options. You went with Charles Woodson. Marsh, you took the options, and you went with Emlyn Tunnel. Correct answer is...
Yes, Paul Krause.
Paul Krause. Paul Krause is the correct answer. We get a 1-1 tie. Which team plays their games at Everbank Stadium? Armin, you went with the Houston Texans. Marsh, you said the Broncos, maybe the Browns, and then you're like, let me get those options. Good thing you did.
Yeah.
You went with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Correct answer is?
It is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It is the Jacksonville Jaguars. NRG Stadium, of course, in Houston. And as you mentioned, Bank of America Stadium is Carolina. Comes down to this. Marsh's got a 1-point lead. He's up 2-1 on Armin. Which NFL quarterback holds the record for most interceptions thrown in a career? You guys both took the option, so this is how it's going to work. If it's George Blanda or Brett Favre, Marsh wins because he took Brett Favre. The other option was George Blanda because Armin took Vinny Testaverde. If it's Vinny Testaverde, we've got a walk-off today in round 3 of the Gauntlet. Carey, which NFL quarterback holds the record for most interceptions thrown in a career?
Brett Favre.
Armin.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Armin, you didn't like this category. Yeah. You said as much when you're listening to the questions. You're disgusted. You didn't like it at all. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's one thing that we know for a fact. You're a great dude.
Great guy, man.
Because Marsh only crushes good people.
Well, hey, thanks for the comment. Marsh, you suck. Hope you don't win.
Whoa! No, he can't fake it. He can't fake it. He can't fake being a bad guy. He just can't.
Hey, all jokes aside, I appreciate you guys always having me on, and let's go get another victory for the Blues tonight, shall we?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Armin, you've been a pleasure, man. Nice run.
Likewise, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks,
Armin. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Should have went with me.
Should have.
Went with me today.
Shouldn't have apologized. I knew
you
it.
have known these?
No, I'm just saying. I wouldn't have known the second one. I probably would have went with Favre because that was my thought last week.
That's
like you were
where I was
breaking
at.
down. I definitely knew Jacksonville, so I would have had a 2-pointer on that, and I would have had Rex Ryan. So yeah, I would have done well. But I'm just saying he should have went with me.
Yeah,
because he knows deep down he's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Really good dude.
He should have avoided you at all costs.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it didn't matter, it didn't matter, right?
Right.
And maybe we wouldn't have known if he actually was a good guy.
We would have had no idea. We would have just assumed he was because he just sounds good. Like a good dude.
Yeah. Notice how he didn't say go Cardinals. I don't know if that, if anybody's reading into that. He just said go Blues.
This might be a massive Blues fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the Blues are playing really well.
They are playing really well.
Certainly are. That's for sure. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 to ESPN. Should we? Yeah, we should probably start doing this. We need new people for the month of April for Bet the Board. Because I was your March winner.
Oh, you won?
Yeah.
Marshy didn't hit his, huh?
Marsh didn't hit his parlay. He came close. Jamie did not hit his. So...
did you hit yours? Your play last night?
I didn't even check. Once I saw that Marsh didn't hit his,
didn't matter, huh?
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Hold on. Let's see here.
While you look that up, congratulations to Drake. Drake is this month's winner. Not only in that first round against Mizzou, but
oh yeah,
Drake just won also for Bet the Board this month.
You have to remind the people about.
No, you're right, Carey. Carey did this yesterday. Hurt people. It's rubbing off on me.
But you're coming off a win.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub it off. Or I didn't mean to.
What's a rub-off?
What's a rub-offs mean? Yeah. I didn't mean to carry it over,
It's all good.
Hurt people.
Absolutely.
There's something new every day. This is therapeutic. Listen to the fast lane.
So, Drake, thanks for believing in me. You got yourself a 101 ESPN prize back for choosing me in Bet the Board for the month of March.
Congrats.
It's our month. Congratulations. And by the way, the Dodgers did smoke the Braves 6-1. So, yes,
yeah.
I did hit mine.
1.5, didn't you?
Yes. I laid it. Mm-hmm. I laid it with your stupid Dodgers.
Good choice, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mean it, but.
You're welcome.
So we need new Bet the Board peeps. So text into the Air Comfort Service text line, Bet the Board, 314-399-9646. If you haven't played or you haven't played recently, you might have an opportunity to draft one of us in the fast lane and follow our selections throughout the month of April. And you could be like Drake and go out a winner. Know what I mean, Carey?
Yep, I do.
Right. Are we seeing the Cardinals retool in real time? We're getting that next on 101 ESPN. So there's a lot of rain that's expected to hit here in St. Louis. And if you know anything about the weather here in St. Louis, whether you hit the rain in the springtime and then eventually the temp starts warming up, a lot of times the crabgrass and the weeds and everything that's growing throughout your lawn, it looks rough. And if you don't have a game plan for it, let me recommend Green Envy, because Green Envy is the only company that I trust to service our lawn at the Stalter household. We've had Green Envy for well over a decade. We love the fact that they come out and they spray this time of year. We're on their program, so they spray for the weeds. If we get a lot of rain like we're expected to get this weekend, they'll come out and respray again if they need to. And they spray at no extra cost. And it's not just controlling the weeds. It's making sure that your lawn is healthy year-round. You know, even in the wintertime, making sure that everything will grow properly in the spring. That's their job. So all you have to do is mow your lawn and then take a step back and say, man, I got one of the best lawns on the street. I certainly can say that. Neighbor Dave uses Green Envy as well. He loves working with Green Envy. Give them a call. Their program has no hidden fees, no contracts. They only use products that are formulated for our Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types. They're not talking about national, generic, cheap, ineffective products that you can find at a hardware store. Green Envy deploys a special crabgrass preventer. It's a trade secret. They do it well. Their service professionals are commercially licensed applicators to Certified Mow Department of Agriculture, so they know what they're doing. Open Monday through Friday. Give them a ring, 636-655-3689, or visit greenenvylawns.com. dive into our next Cardinals segment, we want to welcome in our guy, Jedediah, who he's got the first pick for Bet the Board for the month of April. What's up, Jedediah?
What's going on, man?
Appreciate you playing throughout the month of April. Again, you got the first pick. So what's going to happen here is you choose one of us here in the Fast Lane, and then each and every show that we do, we have picks for Bet the Board, and then you just follow along with those picks. And if the person you pick has the most points at the end of the month, you win. So it's that simple, but it's up to you to choose one of us. So would you like Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, or me?
This is simple. I'll take Marshy all day.
Oh, there you go. All right, got you, Marsh.
Love that. Let's go.
All right, so Marsh
go.
is first pick, first player off the board. Jedediah, thanks for playing. Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Marsh, congratulations. First pick this month.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I was right there, Anthony. I was right there.
You were.
I said, I'll tell him good luck. I won't tell it to Marshy.
Oh. Jedediah.
Yeah, I told Jedediah good luck.
Sure. Yep. That's the February winner, Carey Davis.
Is that when I won? Feels so long ago.
Wasn't Carey? Carey won February? Jamie won.
I don't think I won. I don't think I've won in a while.
No, Carey hasn't won since January. So this is my month. I am due. Everybody has won except for me in 2025.
So Carey won January. We helped Jamie win in February.
Yes.
I won in March.
Yeah.
And now maybe March in April.
By the way, Drake is the listener that thought he was picking every single play the entire month.
Oh, yeah. Here's the first pick.
And he had the first pick, which ultimately was the winner.
Yeah. I wonder if Drake thought he was going up against me.
Maybe, but he ended up winning. How ironic is that?
Yeah. Either way, Drake may have gotten confused by the rules. He's like, hey, maybe I get to just go head-to-head with Anthony. This guy's an idiot. Turns out we won. So
I'm going to save my parlays this time.
I know you.
Mistakes.
You'll get to Friday and you're like, man, I like some of these Final Four matchups.
Probably.
Why don't I go ahead and combine these? I can get a lead. I can get a big lead.
Hasn't worked out yet.
No. All right, are we seeing the Cardinals retool in real time? Fans were wanting Ollie to pinch hit for Winn because of that righty-lefty matchup, and Winn has been struggling. And that was one of the things I think we've talked a lot about throughout the day today. We got your mic drops, and there were people that, Mike, I think it was Mike who said it, Alexei said it. I saw some people in the snake pit are like, guys, this is simple. It's just it comes down to the numbers. Masyn Winn isn't hitting at all. Gorman's coming off a big game. They got the righty-lefty matchup. Why don't you just go with him? I have made the point of, or you stick with Masyn Winn, who's your only shortstop, first and foremost, and second of all, if you can get him going in that spot, game-winning hit, game-tying hit, maybe it jump starts him. And you don't know if Nolan Gorman is going to come up and deliver for you. He may strike out on 3 straight pitches, and then you got Masyn Winn sitting there knowing that you went against him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's a decision that Ali is faced with, and he made the call that he thought was best in the at that time. And I don't think it's as simple as it's all about the numbers. Because if it's all about the numbers, then don't complain later on in the year that Ali went with the numbers as opposed to having a gut feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, it was a decision, and you can critique every single decision ever made by a manager. And you're here in St. Louis, you're going to critique pretty much every decision that is made. Sometimes they're good. If Masyn Winn gets a hit there, nobody says anything.
Right.
Is he 0 for ever? Yeah, right now. He hadn't gotten a hit. I don't think he might have had 2 hits in spring training. I don't know how many it was.
Right.
He's like 2 or 3 for 70.
It's been terrible.
It's been bad, right? But if your gut tells you to stick with the guy, then stick with him. And you have to have confidence in your guys to be able to do their job. He's hired to do a job. Masyn Winn has not done that job as of yet, not at the plate. He's done it in the field, but not at the plate.
Yeah.
And eventually, hopefully it comes around, but it hasn't right now. I just think if you're going to critique every single decision made by a manager, I think you're going to lose your mind. Mm-hmm. I think you're going to go crazy. Well, why did he do this there? Brother, sister, like, you gonna do this for 158 more times?
Right.
Like, you're gonna go crazy.
Or at least be fair, right? Like, let's talk about the decisions that did work out.
But we never talk about the good decisions.
No, of course not.
We only talk about the bad ones. You can do You can make 8 good decisions in the 9th one is terrible, and that's the one that they remember.
Yeah.
And the 9th one could have happened in the 3rd inning. And oh, it's a terrible decision.
Right.
Well, it was, it happened.
Plus,
right?
And you can't, CD, to I don't know, beat a dead horse here, but when he took out Miles Michaelis, that was a decision.
Right.
And because it worked out, we haven't talked about it at all.
Correct.
He had a decision. Does he take the game out of does he leave Miles Michaelis in to fight his own battle, or does he take him out in that spot and turn the game over to a bullpen that's been solid?
And it worked.
It was the right move. But we look over that, we gloss over that because it's like, well, that was the obvious move. No, it wasn't.
Right.
It was a decision that he made at the time. So unless you're going to break down every single decision that Ollie makes.
They will. Some will.
Well,
because they
highlight the
don't
bad
trust
ones.
him. They don't trust him, right? And so when you don't trust someone, you tend to critique everything that they do, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody who don't trust you, you're like, I don't like that. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as bad if somebody else did it, but it's you that I don't like, so I'm going to critique it. And that's essentially where people are with Ollie. And again, you're 3-1. You swept the Twins. I don't know if they're good, but you swept them. And then you lost a tough game in extra innings last night.
Sure.
Let's see what the rest of the season looks like.
Yeah.
I said it. I'm staying even keel. I'm not going either way.
It was one game.
I didn't lose any sleep over last night's game. Oh, it's tough.
Right.
It's one game.
And again, you have human beings that you're managing.
Correct.
It's not just about what you're doing in that moment, baseball-wise. It's part of it. It's part of what a manager does. Brandon says Anthony hates animals.
Yeah, you talked about beating a dead horse. That was
someone called PETA. First of all, the horse was sick.
No, you don't have to beat it after that, though.
It's a phrase. Yeah. Splashback Deuce, complimentary. Thank you.
314 says, why should we trust him?
You don't have
his
to.
record after 3 years.
You don't have to. You don't. You don't have to. I'm talking about this specific moment. Mm-hmm. So if you question every single decision that Ollie makes, fair, fine. You have every right to do so. Go for it. But if you're going to talk all of the moves you didn't like, I think it's smart to talk about the moves that worked out too. If you're judging Ollie, which you have every right to do as a Cardinals fan, that's your manager. If you don't want him there, you can walk through every decision that he made and talk about the ones you don't like. But if you're actually judging him, then judge the ones that worked out too.
Please. We got a text from Jackson's boy body. Okay. Hard to lose sleep when you're a Dodgers fan. I couldn't agree more.
Oh, whatever, CD. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, the other thing too, the other note that I think is worth mentioning here, the Cardinals have also said that early on, so early in the season, CD, some of the decisions won't make a ton of sense because they want to see what guys can do. That's a perfect example.
Because
last night.
That's fair. You've
been struggling. How do you handle this moment?
Yep. Let's see. And what better time than to do that than in the beginning of the season?
Right.
Not when you're in a playoff push or when you're leading the division or a couple of games back and you're trying to win every single game. And not that you're not trying to win every single game now, but you do need to know what you have.
Yes.
You do need to know who shows up in certain moments and who shrinks because there are some players that are not good in big moments. It becomes too big for them. They think too much. And then there's some players that have no conscience. They just play, and they don't care what the moment is.
Right.
So I think the Cardinals are fine right now. I think they're fun. They've been fun to watch the last few games, and I think they're fine. I think the retool is hopefully headed in the direction that you needed to go. You got a lot of players, then you got to find some spots, some opportunities for all these guys to play, but hopefully it works itself out.
That's Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Line on 101 at ESPN. Splashback Deuce from the Snake Pit. Lisa probably just sent a mic drop because of those statements, Anthony and CD. LOL. Yeah, Lisa's probably fired up right now. Love Lisa. Sports Six Pack is next. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you've got a question for us, send it then or there, and we'll answer it next on 101 ESPN. Baseball fans, you would have done things much differently last night, right? You would have done it way differently than what Ollie did. Well, here's your chance to maybe put your money where your mouth is. Play Underdog Fantasy. Underdog gives you an opportunity to choose the players that you think will go higher or lower on their stats. So if there's certain players in the lineup that you're like, man, I don't know why this guy's in the damn lineup. Great. You don't think he's going to get hit? Choose lower on that player's stats, or lower on runs and RBIs or hits. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. That's how you play at Underdog, and you can turn $1 into $1,000 just with your baseball knowledge. So millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? I got a promo code that you can use to cash in on a great promotional offer from Underdog Fantasy. Just download the Underdog app. Sign up now using the promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you use my promo code Anthony. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado and for some games, and 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona. I'm present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals fall to the Angels last night in extra innings. The final score 5-4. Another chance to get back in the win column tonight for the Cards. They'll go up against Kyle Hendricks, a Cardinal killer. Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the Redbirds. First pitch is at 6:45. The Blues are also in action tonight, going up against the Detroit Red Wings. Jimmy Snuggerud will make his NHL debut tonight. I personally have him scoring tonight in our Light the Lamp game. We'll see how he does in his first action in the National Hockey League. Once again, Blues Red Wings tonight. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We have our Sports Six Pack coming up next. So get your question into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do our six pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
Before we get to part one of our Sports Six Pack, let's hear from our guy Joey, who's got the next selection for Bet the Board. What's up, Joey?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Not much, Matt. Appreciate you playing. Thanks for listening. So Jedediah selected Marsh with the first pick. That leaves you with Carey, Jamie, or me. Who would you like to go with?
Well, Anthony, since you and I got good personal history and I'm feeling that back-to-back, I'll go with you.
All right. Sounds good. We got good personal history like in Bet the Board or just in general?
Just from previous meetings with like you, me, and my girlfriend sat at that cyber.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've had some good times. That's right. That was at a that was at a Thursday night football viewing party, right?
Yes.
Good. Well, I hope everything's going well with you and your gal. Always enjoy hanging out with you when I get a chance to see you, man. So let's get it done in April.
Yeah. Let's hope for it.
All right, Joey. Thanks, pal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Joey's a good dude. You would annihilate him. You would annihilate Joey in the Gauntlet. He is such a nice guy. His girlfriend is fantastic as well. Yeah, we had the viewing parties at the various Cybergs and things like that.
Season?
I met Joey and his girlfriend.
Good luck to
I think
Joey.
It was two seasons ago. Don't you dare, Carey. I don't like that.
Good luck to Joey.
I was fine when you did it to Marsh. I don't like it. I don't like it for me.
Good luck to these guys.
Joey and I are going to take you behind the woodshed. I'm going to make it personal.
It's baseball season, Anthony.
Okay.
I've been waiting for.
Question one, please.
Question number one.
So the Blues are in the midst of a unbelievable winning streak. There's a certain person that's going to the game tonight.
Uh-oh.
This one comes from Carrot. Does BK cause a riot by ending the Blues win streak tonight?
He should probably go in like mask or costume or.
No, then they'd know who he is.
Yeah, it's like the Wheel.
Yeah.
The Wheel knows everything.
Plus, who else is going to the games?
Does everyone in his section look at him when the Red Wings score? Like, do they just turn and look at him like, you?
Oh, we can't do that to him, can we?
No. I mean, the Blues have been playing. They've been playing great hockey.
They've been playing great hockey.
And
they'll be fine.
Here's the thing. If they win tonight with BK.
Oh, it's a real deal.
In the arena.
Yeah.
Just know we're winning Stanley Cup.
No doubt.
Okay. That was far, but okay.
Well, I already said it before.
You did.
Might
You
as well
didn't
just
mean it
double
then.
down. Yeah,
you
did.
meant it. Oh,
He did mean it.
He didn't.
Oh, okay. So I meant it for about a month now, but now that I actually say it again, apparently I don't mean it now.
He means it now.
I like this version of Carey. It's the competitive version of Carey.
Hey, Carey, whoever picks you and Bet the Board, good luck, right?
Yeah. That guy. Or gal. Well, he was good, guys and gals.
Yeah. All right, question number 2. But yeah, it's probably BK's fault.
Oh, come on. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the announcer's jinx.
Look, bacon-wrapped wiener puts it perfectly. He goes, jinx are only real if you believe in them.
It's true.
It is true.
I mean, they did lose to Drake after he said there was no way they could lose. But
Did say that. They lost.
Say it.
He said they would win by 10.
Yeah,
Tim McKernan picked them to win it all.
Well, he doesn't count.
Why doesn't he count?
He doesn't have a BKO. That's not a thing.
Is it TKO?
No, it's just not a thing. It's just somebody saying, another Mizzou fan and Tim saying that they would win. Jackson probably said they'd win. Hell, I said they'd win.
There's no way people thought they were going to win the national championship.
Tim did. Tim said that they would win it all.
Oh, win it all?
Yeah, not just beat Drake.
Oh, wow. That was a little outlandish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim on the Spread Zone said, which you can find at your anywhere you download your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tim picked him to win it all, man. National title.
I don't know how that happened.
Cut down the nets.
Have they ever done that?
No.
Got to make it to the Final Four first.
Have they ever done that?
Win that first game first.
Have they ever made it to the Final Four? I think so.
Question 2, please.
Yeah, of course.
Question number 2.
This is an interesting
Why do you ask
one.
questions like that?
Just wanted to know, man.
Hurt people, Anthony. And that is what I've learned, and I'll write that down right now. From 618, I absolutely hate mosquitoes. What bug or some other small thing do you loathe?
I hate gnats, ants, flies, like when you're having barbecue when you're outside and those damn flies just keep flying up.
I mean, mosquitoes are terrible. Here's the thing with ants, though. At least ants, one, they serve a purpose, right? And two,
there's a bunch of them.
I know, well, they tell you, but they kind of give you the keys to the test, right? Or the keys to the test. Jesus.
Answers to the test? Keys to
What
the car?
is wrong with me today?
No, hang on. Let me help you here. There are answer keys
to the test. There you go.
It's an answer key.
Thank you, Marsh.
Well, there you
I
go.
appreciate you.
Just trying to help out a friend.
Man. Anyways, if you see ants, you're like, all right, I got an issue. I got an issue here, right? I don't like those stink bugs that get in your house. You ever seen them things?
Oh, yeah.
And they get all over the place.
Smelly.
Yeah, I don't like those things.
How about
They're ugly,
flies? Flies are just annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. But you
Is that what you said?
Yeah, but you specified it at barbecue.
But I did.
Marsh went
sorry,
with
my headphones just
Marsh went with you did unplug.
You probably said it right as my
As he
headphones
did, as
unplugged.
he was protecting me. With the old answers to the car and stuff. Or the keys to the answers of the car and the test. Yeah.
All right, let's pretend I didn't say that. What about spiders? You like spiders?
You look, I mean,
they are helpful. They will eat those flies.
They'll eat a lot of things. I'm fine with spiders. Mm-hmm. You know, do I want to see like a massive spider within my home? No. But the little ones, hey, you know.
Are you killing the spider? Or are you gonna grab it in a little napkin?
No, I'm killing
it.
And then it's a lot of work.
Give it out.
It's a lot of work to give it to nature and all that. No, I got to kill it.
What if it's a ladybug?
Exactly.
No, you don't kill ladybugs. You allow the ladybug to fall into your hand or grab it off the window.
Yep.
And then you.
Yep.
It's nice. You're being a gentleman to these bugs.
Yeah, a little push.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Question number 3.
All right, from 636, which team or fan base do you enjoy watching, or do you most enjoy watching them getting their asses handed to them?
Boston fans.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
Most enjoy?
Wait. Take 2. Philadelphia fans.
Ooh.
And they're enjoying life.
They definitely are.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Philly fans.
Well, you're from Chicago, so I guess not Cub fans.
I'm fine with it.
He doesn't like the Cubs. I'll back him up on that.
Thank you.
He's from Chicago.
That doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does.
You don't want him a Giants fan, right?
He could be a White Sox fan, and he picked him to win the World Series.
Because you were born in New York.
No, because Will Clark annihilated the Cubs in the 1989 NLCS.
Giants. I thought you meant the football Giants.
No, you know I'm not a football Giants fan.
Well, no, Anthony, that makes sense, Carey, because the Giants actually used to play in New York.
That's actually all we were going with.
Yeah, I was thinking Giants.
Giants football.
Yeah.
No, I grew up a Giants fan because Will Clark he destroyed the Cubs in the NLCS. My friends were crying and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, this guy's incredible. But now, I mean, I've been in St. Louis for a long time. My kids are all Cardinals fans, so I root for them.
I don't have a fan base that I just enjoy seeing in pain. Cub fans. That was awesome for like 100-something years.
Yeah, it is the Cubs for sure. You know what? When it comes to hockey, for some reason, and it's not even for some reason, it's just Colorado fans annoy the crap out of me. I can't stand them. Yeah, I don't like them.
Unique.
Well, we just beat them the other day, and all of a sudden they start bringing up Jordan Bennington from like 3 years ago.
I got you.
And it's
You're
like,
thinking,
what are you doing?
When you say Colorado fans, I didn't immediately jump to Avalanche. I jumped to like the Rockies. I'm like, man, leave them alone.
They have their own problems, but
Yeah,
they don't
Broncos fans.
They haven't done anything.
I don't care about them.
Droid FX is a Bronco fan.
Well, I care about Droid, but like in terms of like if they lose, it doesn't matter.
I do have one.
Okay.
It's the Avalanche for me.
It's Mizzou for me.
Oh, whoa, wow. You were fine with the Cubs. Everybody liked you.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Also, and I'm sure there's people that are on Twitter. For some reason, this one Rangers fan keeps popping up on my timeline. Anytime the Cardinals lose, they don't have to play the Rangers. It's like, this team stinks. And I literally go and click on his tweet.
Yeah.
And it's just Cardinal fans. David Freese GIF. David Freese home run. Picture of David Freese. It is so funny, but it's the same guy. I've seen him for like a year now.
That's awesome, though.
He just can't get over it.
Brandon says Boston fans all the way. Walrus King says I'm going Boston. That's initially where I went. Then I thought of Philly fans. Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe I'll still go with Boston. Yeah, give me Boston. All right. Sports Six Pack Part 2 is next. Keep those questions coming into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie Rivers is downtown for tonight's Blues and Red Wings game. Do we have a new...
Yes, we have Greg.
Greg. All right. Greg, you're up next for our Bet the Board segment. Greg, we appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. You have 2 options left. You have Carey or Jamie. Who would you like to select?
Carey, are you going to Hawaii again this month?
No, I'll be here.
All right. Well, we're going to select Carey then.
All right, Greg.
Good idea. Yeah, Carey's going to be here.
I'll be here.
So, Greg, you got paired up. You're going to get paired up with Carey.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it.
Good luck, Greg.
Good luck, Greg.
Well, he's not here for you guys to pick him. Pick
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Yeah, although we've done okay with that. So, Greg, good luck to you, pal.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we got to get through the rest of our six-pack here.
Yeah.
Let's move it.
Move it.
Question number 4.
All right, this one comes from Grant Francis Fan Club. Would you like to see the Blues play the Oilers in the playoffs? Imagine the rivalry that could come from that.
Yeah, plus the Oilers are pretty banged up right now, so yeah.
That would be pretty nice.
Give me the Oilers.
Just to see the storyline. I think a lot of things boil down to storylines at times, especially playoffs.
What's the connection with the Blues and the Oilers, Carey?
They had an offer sheet. A couple guys, they offer sheeted, and the Oilers were unable to or unwilling, depending on who you ask, you know. Huh? Anthony?
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, there's a story. You had well, not you, but some people had complaints about the Final Four not having stories this year.
Marsh did, yeah.
Was it Marshy?
Yep.
See? This is a story. I don't care who they play, man. Yeah, whoever play. You know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't care who plays them, because it ain't about. It's about the Blues, right?
Yeah.
Who's coming to play St. Louis?
Tom Carey.
It ain't about who are the Blues on. Who's going to play St. Who's playing the Blues?
Yeah.
Should be the conversation. Those other teams should be worried about. We got to go to St. Louis, and St. Louis got to come to us. Yeah, you better be prepared. You seen this team play, Anthony? Have you watched them?
Hell yes.
Where the hell you been if you ain't been watching them? Turn the tube on, buddy. Watch them tonight. Okay?
And listen to him right here on 101 ESPN, the Blues Radio Network.
You should. Yeah.
Alex Ferrario? Yes, he's going to be the play-by-play man next to Joe Vitale.
There you go. What are we talking about?
Who will join us at 5:30, by the way. Joe will.
Home with the Blues. Who's playing them?
Question number 5.
Speaking of playing good, how about those Battlehawks on Friday? We had a question from the 636. We saw the Battlehawks spank the Roughnecks on Friday. The Houston Stadium looked empty. St. Louis can support the Battlehawks, but what do you think the UFL needs to attract fans to other games across the league?
I would have put a team in every city that lost their NFL franchise.
San Diego, Los Angeles, Oakland.
No, yeah, to hell with LA.
Yeah, I was gonna say Los Angeles. I said Las
Vegas. Oakland, San Diego, St. Louis.
Where else?
Maybe you'd have a footprint where NFL isn't there, like Nashville. No, Nashville's got the Titans.
Yeah. We need to think this thing through. San Antonio doesn't have a football team. They got the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but I think you need to capitalize on a market that one is a great. I mean, St. Louis is a great sports city. We love our sports.
We do.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe instead of going the jilted lover route,
I actually like it.
Or maybe have those teams out there.
Yeah,
I would definitely maybe stay away from the coast.
Think it's too much going on?
Yeah.
You don't think people in Maine would want to watch football?
That might be good.
You know, some places that don't have a team.
Don't you want to attract a market that doesn't currently have football?
Yeah.
They should have a team in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Absolutely.
They should.
I mean, what other city? Nebraska?
Dakotas?
Doesn't have a professional
but
football.
They got the
Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're fiending for football in the offseason. They got the spring game, but after that, then what?
Honestly, the Dakotas would be a good one. You have NDSU, who's been a powerhouse.
Maybe you have a South Dakota team.
There's South Dakota. You could have the Mount Rushmore, statues, or they're not statues, they're rocks. But
either way, I won't question it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to brainstorm, Anthony.
Yeah, you
don't
are.
have to
You're
look
doing
at me
great.
like that.
No,
Jeez.
I'm supporting you.
It's fine. You didn't like it. You didn't like the idea.
I don't think he liked it.
You didn't like the Mount Rushmore statues.
I did.
He didn't like it.
I said either way. I was supporting you.
Carey, I appreciate your support.
I got you.
What the hell just happened? Splashback Deuce says Oklahoma. Bacon Wrap Wiener says Iowa. Bacon Wrap Wiener says Wyoming. Yeah. What team's there? Here's some football.
Some foosball.
Mm-hmm. You're going to love it.
I guarantee it.
As opposed to going to hey, we're going to have one in New York. They don't care.
No, they don't.
Look at the Yankees and the Mets. Although New York, technically, outside of the Bills, they don't actually have football.
New York City, maybe the UFL team will be a good football team.
Right.
They've been fiending for one of those.
Sure. Well, New Jersey has the two.
Oh, that's true.
NFL
Yeah,
teams.
yeah, you're right, actually.
Neither one of those are good.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that team fooled me. Still bothered by that. The Giants.
Okay.
By the way, our fourth Bet the Board contestant, Dominic, just told me he's tied up with work but would love Jamie.
Well, there you go, because he's been matched up with Jamie. So we have Bet the Board. It's official. Everybody has a new Fastlane host to attach the picks with. All right. Is it time to hit the panic button on Masyn Winn? Absolutely 100% not. Stop it. We'll have the conversation anyways. Next on 101 ESPN.
I mean, winning is definitely the biggest thing. So if we're catching dubs, obviously we didn't tonight, but if we're getting wins, then I'm cool. Obviously I'd like to contribute offensively, and I'm sure everybody would like to go 4 for 4 with 4 homers, but that's not the case. And but it's a good point. When we're winning, and if I'm pissed off while we're winning, I mean that's just selfish. Nobody wants to be that guy. So for me, I want to go out there and be a good teammate, try to help the team win on defense if I can on offense, and just go from there.
That's a 23-year-old kid. 23 years old. That's Masyn Winn, KMOV with the audio. Let's credit them. He's absolutely right, Carey. Masyn Winn's talking about if I got a bad attitude while the team's winning, that's just being selfish.
Yep.
That doesn't mean he's happy with his individual performance. It doesn't mean that he's satisfied with what's going on. It doesn't mean he doesn't care. That just means he's going to continue to be a team player, because that's what Masyn Winn is. And no, Masyn Winn is not hitting. He's off to a dreadful start thus far. It's a small sample size, but his WRC plus right now is minus 54. Just a reminder that 100 is average. 100 is average. He's at a minus 54, so he is at he's dreadful at the plate. He was at a 103 WRC plus a year ago as a rookie. There's no reason to hit the panic button yet on Masyn Winn. I know he didn't have a good spring training. I know, unfortunately, that is carried into the regular season. We're talking about 16 at-bats. 16 plate appearances. That's it. We're not going to throw away what he did over 637 plate appearances last year. Come on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the thing that is probably troubling, or most troubling, is the strikeouts right now. 7 of them, 14 at-bats, 7 strikeouts. Half the time you're striking out. So either you're not seeing the ball well, or you're chasing pitches that last year you made pretty good contact. I think he was really good last year with 2 strikes. He did a really good job the entire season. So he's not seeing the ball or making contact in the way that you would like. But I think it's all, sometimes in your off season, your transition from your first year to your second year, you want to work on some things and you want to get better in some areas and you want to try some things. And maybe he's kind of stuck where I was going to try this, but it didn't work. I want to go back to my other swing that I had last year, or the way that I approached it, but that doesn't feel comfortable anymore. So it's probably just a process of working all of those things out. It's not good right now. Like you can't go 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for, like, you just can't keep missing and not getting on base and not getting, doing the things that allow your team to win. Like last night they didn't win, but they have been winning.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet. He's a young player. He's gifted. If he brings nothing at the plate, which I think is impossible because he will at some point, he brings a whole lot in the field.
Right. I was
a plus player in the field. You know what I mean?
You beat me to it, Carey. Yeah. When you talk about, you can't go 0 for 4 consistently because you're not contributing. But you're right. You do that and you're not contributing offensively, but that doesn't mean you're not contributing to the team, because defensively he's outstanding. This is what it takes to be a big leaguer, by the way. You have to go through these moments.
100%.
And better to go through them now than in the postseason, or when there's a potential playoff spot on the line. But you will go through these, and you have to work it out as a big leaguer. You have to figure out how to get yourself on track, because the hitting coach can only do so much.
Yeah.
And the manager can only do so much when it comes to your lineup spot. You're already hitting 9th if you're Masyn Winn. And by the way, a year ago, we all thought, and I even said it, so I'll just speak for myself, bat him 9th, whatever you get out of him offensively, great. But play great defense.
Right.
And he had such an ascension that he wound up being your leadoff hitter and having a solid offensive year. So now he's taking a step back, but this is all about being a professional.
It is. And I think the thing that I'm finding interesting, like you said, he was the leadoff hitter last year. Wilson Contreras was one of your better hitters when he was healthy. Those 2 guys haven't hit yet. The thing that is intriguing to me, if this team does continue to perform and you add those 2 players, it's almost like, where do you find an out in the lineup? Like it and that might sound crazy because this is a team.
Early.
It is early, right? But this is a team that has some potential to be really good. If you can add those two hitters, which again were two of your better hitters last year. Now, will Lars Newbar continue at the pace that he's at? Who knows? Will he find some way to injure himself just playing as hard as he does?
Come on.
I don't mean it like that, but playing as hard as he does. You know, sometimes the injury bug bites you. That's a possibility. Will Jordan Walker continue to play at the level he is, or will he struggle and take a step back? We don't know. Nolan Gorman played one game and looked really good. Might strike out 3 times tonight. I don't know.
Right.
So we just have
fifth, by the way.
We got to see. We'll see.
The Cardinals right now, just the offense overall, even with 2 key players not hitting, they being Masyn Winn and Wilson Contreras, their WRC plus as a team is 144. And I use that metric because it's an all-encompassing stat to tell you how good your team is at creating runs. Runs, of course, win games. So it's just an all-encompassing stat. You can look at others as well, but 144, that's 5th in Major League Baseball. The Phillies, and we all know what the Phillies have in their lineup, their WRC plus is 147. So it's only 3 percentage points higher than the Cardinals right now at 144. So, incredibly small sample. But if you're looking around Major League Baseball right now, the Cardinals have one of the better offenses through the first half of the week.
Right.
They're also 5th in slugging percentage in Major League Baseball. They're 4th in average. So if you're hey, just give me the batting average. Okay, if they're 4th in batting average, they're 11th in home runs at 7th, with 7, and they're actually tied for 8th because other teams have 7. This team's been really good. Stolen bases, they've got 3 on the year, so they're kind of in the muddled middle there. But I like where this offense has been thus far.
I agree. I mean, again, it is early, and you still got a couple of guys that need to get corrected. But if they can continue to play at the level that they're playing now, we've had questions about the managerial decisions in game. We've had tons of questions about the catcher who is unable to throw runners out. I think, to me, that's probably going to be the biggest problem.
Yeah.
For me, if you told me to pick one thing about this team that would scare the hell out of you, years past, I might have said, I don't know what you're going to get from Miles Michaelis because he's up and down at times. I don't know. Well, Steven Matz, we don't have to worry about that. He's not in the starting rotation. But right now, it's Ivan Herrera throwing runners out.
Sure.
Like, it could become really bad, which if you get a runner on, and you talked about it earlier, how much stress that puts on a pitching staff, knowing that I cannot even allow a runner on. Right. I have to be perfect. Because if I walk a guy, or if a CNI single slips through, it's like a track meet at this point.
Right.
And that guy's going to be running. So, to me, that's one of the bigger concerns. I don't know how you rectify that, though. I don't know what you do to fix that issue in itself.
Yeah, because at some point, reps aren't going to be enough.
We've had more than enough reps.
Yeah.
You've had more because that's a physical limitation, right? That's not. I don't think that that's mental. I don't think that's a physical. It seems to me like a physical limitation. And this is not knocking Ivan Herrera because I think he's a hell of a baseball player. He's just not
he's
great
a hell hitter.
Okay, great hitter, but not great at playing catcher. And that's what he's getting paid. That's what so they got the letters by your name when you come up.
Letters in a name. Yeah, they spell out a name.
Yeah, they got a C next to his name for catcher.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. It says Ivan Herrera, and then it has a C next to it. That's for catcher. Learned that today. You're welcome.
I'll look into that.
All right.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We have Bet the Board, and we have Beat the Streak. And our guy, was it Tim?
That is Tim.
Tim took Donovan again last night, and Donovan hit a home run. So Tim's streak is now up to 2. Marsh, your streak is now up to 2.
It certainly is.
I'm still searching for mine. My first hit. Did you hit one?
Nope.
No?
I don't think so. Who did I have?
You had Mike Trout.
Yeah,
that guy stinks.
He clearly.
He had an RBI.
Didn't have a hit, though.
No. Herrera hit one of the warning track.
He did.
Got caught, though, which is the only thing I care about right now. For Beat the Streak. All right. So we'll do Beat the Streak and Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN. Have you ever noticed how some dealers brag about having a huge inventory, but then you actually discover that inventory is scattered across, multiple different lots, 2 counties. One company says, we'll have to bring the car in for you. Not at Auto Centers Nissan. They've got over 800 new and used vehicles all in one spot. That's right. One massive location right off I-55 in McNutt in Herculaneum, just minutes from South County. So no scavenger hunt is required. If you find something at AutoCentersNissan.com that you love and you want to test drive, they'll have it at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. And forget overpaying. These vehicles that they have at Auto Centers, they're priced to move. Plus, new Nissans, you get that complimentary lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. It's serious peace of mind that you're not going to find at any other dealership. Oh, if your credit's bad, seen some better days, no problem. The credit experts at Auto Centers Nissan can help any credit situation. Tons of glowing reviews. Can't be wrong. Check them out today or hit them up at AutoCentersNissan.com to browse that massive selection for yourself. Auto Centers Nissan, big inventory, bigger savings, zero nonsense.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
Time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. This is one of Marsh's great creations here. Each of us chooses one player to get a hit on either team for the Cardinals games. And if you keep going, you get to hit one game, then the next, then you could be crowned champion or co-champion like Carey and I were, I think, a year ago.
Were we?
Sure.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I think you won it.
Oh, good.
I'll give it to you. Tim might be our champion this year, though. And Tim joins us right now. He's got a streak of 2. What's up, Tim?
Not much, guys. How's it going today?
It's going very well, Tim. We appreciate you being ready to rock and roll here. And you by virtue of the fact that you went first on game one and went first yesterday, it's still your game. So who would you like?
Brendan Donovan.
Oh, you're going 3 for 3? You're trying to go 3 for 3 with Brendan Donovan. I don't blame you there.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. He's been great for you. All right, Andrew Marsh.
I'm like Tim. I'm gonna go back to what worked for me yesterday, and that was Lars Nootbaar. So give me Lars Nootbaar.
Now, Marsh, your streak is 1 or 2?
2.
2. Carey?
Tried this yesterday. Didn't work out. But as we've said, this guy's pretty dang gone good. I mean, Mike Trout.
Okay.
Back to the well.
I'm going to go with Alec Burleson. Alec Burleson for the win.
Good choice.
Thank you, sir. Jamie texted us, and he said he's going with Masyn Winn to get off the schneid. Masyn Winn to get off the schneid. I like it. He's trying to motivate Masyn Winn for his beat the streak. Yeah. All right, Tim, the way you're rolling, well, we'll probably talk to you again soon.
Yep, let's keep it going.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
Good luck, Tim.
Yeah, bye.
There you have it. From Beat the Streak to Beth Board. What? What are you giggling about?
So last segment, I mentioned that Ivan Herrera has a C next to his name. It's for catcher.
Uh-huh.
The text from the 314 says it's a C for catcher, not T for thrower.
This is true. Yes.
You're not wrong.
No. Okay. Major League Baseball. I got the first pick, right? Again, congratulations to Drake. I won the Fast Lane March, the birthday month of March. So I got the first pick. Since Major League Baseball does not care about its products and about the entertainment value of said products, I might as well capitalize on Major League Baseball not giving a crap. So a lot of words to say. I'll take the Dodgers minus 130 tonight against the Braves. The loaded, dirty Dodgers, who Major League Baseball says, go ahead, win again.
I don't like what you're doing.
Dodgers minus 130.
You're supposed to stay away from the Dodgers.
I took them last night on the run line.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Cashed.
You took them again today.
The Dodgers are under minus 150 on the money line?
That's correct. They're taking on the Braves and Chris Sale.
Well, that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
That would be me. I am going to go with Zach Bolduc, 2+ shots on net tonight.
Forget the shots on net. How about a goal, Marsh?
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, hang on a second.
You guys, it'd be good. It'd be cool. That's what you said.
Well, yeah, but that means Jamie gets the point.
No, I do.
He does. Who did Jamie pick?
Oh, Jamie picked Bennington. That's right. I put his initial next to Bolduc. I'll have to scratch that out.
Speaking of Jamie, he has decided to go with the Boston Bruins tonight. On the money line.
What are they, minus what?
No, they're an underdog tonight against the Capitals. Hey, likes them Bruins.
Ew. Give me Kyle Tucker. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
Really?
Yeah.
You go with the Cub.
You went with the Dodger.
I went with the Dodgers out of spite. You're taking a Cub to do something great.
They're playing that. They don't even have a city next to their name. You're damn right I'm taking them. They're just the Athletics.
They're just the A's.
They don't have a city.
It's disgusting.
Next to their name when you look it up. Hell yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I just got a text from Mongo. Just had the weirdest deja vu listening to the show. Have you guys ever suffered from deja vu?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know of like a specific example that I have, but absolutely.
They say when you have deja vu, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it means.
Does it mean it has already happened in the multiverse?
That's weird.
A different timeline.
Yeah. But they say
they're coming together like we do as a group, right? You know.
I don't think we should come together like that.
Well, we always do.
Yeah, you guys do.
No, you've done it before.
Yeah, you've done it too in the multiverse.
I watched you guys.
This is what quarterbacks do, and they come together in the pocket, right? So huddle up like this, yeah.
Huddle up, baby. Yep. By the way, nothing drives me more insane, and yes, it even happened in the Avengers series. Nothing drives me more insane than when a movie or a TV show starts with the time traveling crap. It drives me insane. What? Well, we got to go here and there, the multiverse, and this, that, and other thing. Don't do this.
You didn't like Avengers Endgame?
I mean, I like the action, but no,
awesome.
I don't love the
We went
jumping
back to
around.
our favorite movie. Movies. Except for Thor, The Dark World. That movie was kind of garbage, but
I don't like the time. I don't like the time travel stuff.
It's fair. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job explaining
They
it.
did. They did better than others.
He's just not a
For
fan.
example, Lost, the series Lost.
Oh, it's not good.
With the time travel
When
stuff.
I was
that was terrible.
I was in Hawaii, and they filmed some of the scenes in Jurassic World. Like, they got all these different places. And I got so angry when they got to the Lost part. So I spent so much time, so many years of my life for it to end in the manner in which it did.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to somebody, see if I can get my time back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need my time.
Did you find somebody to talk to? No.
They weren't there.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't want to be
They lost. They got lost.
They don't want to
right?
be held accountable
Yeah,
for it.
they need to be.
Andy says, Back to the Future, Anthony? 3 question marks. I mean,
amazing.
That's good.
You don't like Back to the Future?
I do like Back to the Future. Just typically, the time travel thing really irks me. Maybe it's just Lost.
That one was ridiculous.
Honestly, because I do like Back to the Future.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So I guess I got to go with that. All right, Joe Vitale will join us next. We'll talk a little Blues hockey, break down this game next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cards take on the Angels tonight. First pitch is at 6:45, looking to get back in the win column after losing last night in extra innings by a final score of 5-4. Matthew Liberatore on the mound going up against Kyle Hendricks. The Blues in action tonight, taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Pregame for that one starts at 6 o'clock. Puck drop is at 7. Jimmy Snuggerud is making his NHL debut tonight for your St. Louis Blues, and we're going to discuss that with our guy Joe Vitale. That's next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
As Marcia told you in the Sports Center update, we've got the Blues and Red Wings pregame starting in less than a half hour at 6 o'clock, and then the puck will drop at 7 as the Blues host the Red Wings. Joined with Alex Ferrario tonight, we'll be doing the play-by-play call, will be Joe Vitale, who joins us right now via the Callier and Thompson phone line. I lost my mind there for a second. Joe, sorry. How are you today?
Hey, buddy, doing good. How you doing?
Well, not too good. It's the end of the show. I'm forgetting things, so you understand. But you got a whole night ahead of you, Joe, so I hope you're sharp.
Yeah, don't forget the sponsors. You know, the bosses don't like that.
Right. I had that deer in the headlight moment where I looked up and all of a sudden I couldn't find it, even though it's in the same spot every single day.
I'll never forget my first year in the booth. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I didn't even know. Like, so I got the job. I was so grateful for it. I had a lot to learn. My point was. Sure. And it was in August of 2018, and I didn't know about like these live ads during the games. So we're at break, and we come out of break, and Chris Kerber starts doing, "All right, folks, go get your Skechers. Yeah, this time is out, whatever." And starts doing the Skechers ad. And I'm like kind of looking at the game, and all I heard was Skechers. And I looked at Curves on the air, and I said, "Man, has any guy ever looked sexy in a pair of Skechers?"
Oh,
no. And he kind of turns to me live on the radio and goes, "Well, as a matter of fact, Joe, I think that plenty of guys." I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about Skechers. I'm like, I hate Skechers anyway. We didn't have Skechers come back.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad. I don't love that it happened to you, Joe. But, yeah, sometimes that happens. You get caught up in the whatever you're doing. You get a million things in front of you. Talk to us about tonight's game. You got the Blues, you got the Red Wings, and, of course, we're all waiting for Jimmy Snuggerud to make his anticipated debut. You've been in these situations before. What's Jimmy Snuggerud going through right now?
Oh, man, it's the whole last few days has been just water through a fire hydrant, as they say. I mean, so much, almost too much information where you just kind of can't think, which is how you want it to be. You don't want to be processing too much. You don't want to be thinking too much if you're Jimmy Snuggerud. You want to just go out there and play the game you've been playing for your whole life. But, just a few days ago, he's getting ready for a game for a team that he's played with for 3 years. I mean, a lot of kids come to college as boys. They leave as men, and I would imagine he's matured a whole bunch over the last few seasons at University of Minnesota. And he's wearing a Gophers jersey, and they lose in overtime, and the next day he signs the contract, and then he's on a flight the following day, and then he practices with the team, and he's playing a game. It just, within 5 days, you go from, being in your comfort zone of college hockey, being one of the best players in the country, to now all of a sudden you're a much smaller fish in a bigger pond. It can be very overwhelming, and this is where I think young players they need support. You need encouragement, positivity from your coach. She has certainly gotten. Jim Montgomery basically kept it very simple from his morning, talking about what his strengths are. Get to your strengths right away. You're competitive, compete on pucks. If you're a shooter, don't pass up on shots. Do not, look to pass if you have a shot. Get it at the net. So little things. He's got support within his coach. He's got support within the St. Louis Blues team, a team that is playing extremely well right now. So they're hoping he kind of comes in there and just kind of fits the mold right away. And I think for his speed and for his offensive abilities, I think he has every reason to think that he will, and in fact, really help this team.
Joe, you've been with this team during this win streak, and you famously told us about a win streak of your own and one teammate who was a little bit odd and had a superstition. But have you seen any weird superstitions going on amongst the Blues during this win streak that you probably not as awkward as Sid the Kid, but maybe somewhere on that level?
You know, we were in the locker room last week, Carey, and I was talking to Zachary Bolduc, and it's kind of caught fire a little bit here, but John Kelly and I were talking to Zachary Bolduc, and there was an empty stall in the locker room, and it was is it Yobu? Is it Yobu? Is that what you say?
Jobu.
Jobu. Yeah, Jobu. And I saw this little doll hanging there smoking a cig, smoking a dart. I looked at Zachary Bolduc. I'm like, what's this little guy's deal? Who's this little fella? And he said, that's Yobu. And I go, how did he get here? And he wouldn't tell me much. And I really still haven't gotten who brought him here. And again, I think Blues fans have now seen him. But we actually broke the story. Gosh, I feel like an official story breaker. Like should be working for CBS News. We broke the story that night on the broadcast. It was the Montreal game last week when I was doing the call, and we said this little guy's come in the locker room since the Four Nations break. No one knows who brought him there, but the Blues have been on a tear since. So I don't know about individual superstitions. I'm sure the players have those, Carey, but I know as a team, they're putting a lot of faith in this little Yobu voodoo doll right now, and they're winning. I don't know if they need to be thanking him in rum and cigarettes at the end of the night. Like, of course, I think it was Pedro Serrano had to do in Major League, but I don't know. He's helping the curveball, but he's helping the Blues team win some games.
That's awesome. I mean, you've seen Major League, right?
I have seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. And I couldn't remember much about the Serrano character outside of the guy that just couldn't swing and hit curveballs. I didn't know he had like a superstitious doll in his in his stall, and he was like doing obviously these pregame rituals with smoke, and I guess he gives them rum if he has a good game. I don't know what the Blues are doing, but it's working.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And then Serrano eventually gets mad at Jobu, but it all works out in the end. Yep. So, Joe, I guess then the next question is, do you fear any sort of disruption with Jim Montgomery, utilizing some of these young players? They have young, talented players, but of course you're adding these young players to a team that is on fire, that is closing in on a playoff spot, and you don't want to disrupt that chemistry. Do you think that Jim Montgomery can kind of weave this balance between the two?
I think he can, and I think that he's got a lot of experience in how to do it. But also, I think Stals. I think the other reality is that he's never done it with this group of guys, so he's learning on the go as well.
Sure.
You have to have good intuition. You got to be able to make decisions and be willing to adjust, and that's what I see in him. I see that he can get in, see something, adjust something. He got Dalibor Dvorsky in last week ago or so ago, and Dalibor did great. He did fine. It's his first game, probably a lot of nerves, but then he pivoted back away and put the veterans back in. I think Jimmy Snuggerud, I believe he has a little bit longer of a leash than Dalibor Dvorsky did. Also keep in mind, when Dvorsky played, the Blues were still on the outside wanting to be in. Now they're on the inside, of course, controlling their own destiny. So a little bit different of a leash for Jimmy Snuggerud, where now he has maybe 2-3 games of runway for really to get this coaching staff an idea of, can he answer one question? Can you help this team win come playoff time, that third week of April? This is a team that believes they're going to get in. I have every reason to believe they're going to get in. Based off of their schedule, even just this week, I think they're going to create more distance from the Calgary Flames. So it's really about they position themselves in the standings in a good spot where you can allow some young players to come in and prove themselves. And the big question mark becomes right now for Doug Armstrong and Jim Montgomery, can Jimmy Snuggerud provide more than Matthew Joseph in a playoff run? The good news is, if they feel like he can't, you have a player like Matthew Joseph and Alexander Texier that are proven players in the NHL that can step right in and take care of the job.
Joey, there are reports that Colton Parayko may be getting close to coming back. Have you seen him? Do you think how far away do you think he is before he's able to help this team going forward?
Yes, I saw him there in Nashville and Colorado. He was a part of that trip last week. And, he looks great. Obviously, he's Colton, big smile on his face. It's going to take a little bit more time, but based off of some of the reps we saw in practice, he is not far, Carey. I think his return, if I can just be honest, is going to come down to where this Blues team is. Even if he is healthy and ready, if this Blues team continues to win and everyone's playing well, they're going to give him a little bit more rest. If the Blues team ends up shooting themselves in the foot, so to speak, this week, and maybe out of these next 4 points available between Detroit and Pittsburgh, games you should win, let's say you get 1 out of 4 points. Maybe Calgary's on your heels again. And then, of course, you go to that Winnipeg, Edmonton, Seattle run. Well, you may need a Colton Parayko if the D starts to slide off. But based off of right now, how everyone is playing, especially that D core, they are not rushing Colton back any sooner than he needs to. And I think right now it would be the round 1, game 1 of playoff. So if the team continues to propel where they're going, I think you will see him the first start of playoffs if they can get there. But like I mentioned, his return is going to be very, very relative to where this team positions themselves. So I know that they want to continue to play well and give Colton even more rest. But I saw him skate, big smile on his face. If they had to use him, I don't think that him being used there on that next road trip next week where they go to Winnipeg, Edmonton, Seattle is out of the question.
Good stuff, Joe. We'll let you get ready. We know you got the pregame with Alex and the game with Alex coming up in less than 20 minutes now. So, Joe, we appreciate you. Oh, Carey, you got
I was going to ask you, how does it change a little bit for you? I know you get in the rhythm when you're working with Curbs, and now Alex is stepping. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. But does it change a little bit for you, like the timing and just working with someone new?
Yeah, it does, Carey. I mean, it's like anything else. It's just, chemistry with a new person. But, Alex and I, we do so many pregame, postgames together and our hits where I think it's, you kind of get the feel for certain guys and when their voice starts to try to trail off. And we've done a game before as well. So we have enough experience. And again, being right next to each other is really important. For guys that are the play-by-play guy in the stands, if I was between the benches, it's hard to see body language. But being side by side, we're going to crush it. Alex is, he's one of the most prepared guys in the business. He cares so much of his craft. He's got a great voice and a great call. So I'm going to let him kind of do his thing, and I'm going to try not to say anything stupid.
No, you'll be great, Joe, but you both will be. We're looking forward to listening to the call of tonight's game against the Red Wings. We appreciate you, Joe. We'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good. Hopefully there's no sketcher reads that I got to be.
Yeah, no. Or if you do, just talk.
Right, boys, sounds good.
Hey, just tell everybody how great everybody looks in those things.
There you go.
That's right. I'll make up for it.
See you, bud. All right, this is Joe Vitale here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Again, your coverage tonight, pregame 6 o'clock, puck drop at 7, right here on your home for the Blues, 101 ESPN. We're going to wrap things up next on 101 ESPN. missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tower Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today, starting with our guy, Andrew Marsh. What'd you learn today?
Oh, I learned that hurt people. And I got that from our guy, Carey Davis.
Yeah, because you decided to hurt people today.
Well, yeah, I decided to do that with Mizzou and Drake. And but where did I get it from? I get it from my elder statesmen, my peers.
Elder?
Damn.
Well, how else would I say it? You're older than me.
The old guy?
Well, you're older than me.
The old man?
How about my teammate? Get that from my teammate.
That's good. That works better.
That feels better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I knew who he was talking to. He was talking to you and Jamie.
Wow.
Jamie's the oldest. You're the second oldest.
This is true.
I'm the third brother, and Marsh is the fourth.
Okay.
Now, is there a massive gap between Marsh and I? Yeah. Not so much with you and I, but still. That's the order.
All righty.
That's the birth order.
Okay.
Can't change it, Carey. It is what it is.
You're right.
All right, now what'd you learn?
I learned that Skechers is a good product. And you should always say so.
I learned that whatever I did before today's show, and maybe even going back to last night, I should never do again. I struggle with words today, which is tough when you're doing a radio show. I called Jim Montgomery, Drew Bannister after hearing a audio call. I had a rough one today, so
happens to the best of us.
I'm going to just scrub this one. Okay, I'm gonna burn the tape.
That's when you have a bad game.
I'm throwing it out.
You don't even watch it.
Nope.
You just burn the tape.
Yep.
Never happened.
That's what I'm gonna do.
On to the name. On to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
There you go.
Anthony, it's funny you bring that up because Grant Francis fan club, and we were talking about having deja vu. Grant Francis fan club says on the deja vu, I had a weird moment today when I thought I heard Stalter talk about Drew Bannister setting tonight's lineup.
I don't know why. I don't know why I said that.
Man, it happens.
Drew Bannister. Sometimes you just get in like this. You're on autopilot.
You're in a groove,
coming
man.
back from break. Yeah, that was terrible.
You're in a groove.
Sorry, guys. I'll be better tomorrow. Maybe.
We know you will be.
Thanks, Marsh.
I have the utmost confidence in you.
I believe you.
And I would never pinch hit for you.
Thanks.
Even if you were 0 for 14.
I appreciate
With 7
that.
strikeouts.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll be fine.
Keep hacking.
Thank you.
Trust you.
Yeah.
We get a text from the 636. You guys suck. Skechers are comfortable.
I said
It was Joe. Yeah, it was Joe.
They're a good brand.
Joe badmouthed Skechers, not us.
Man, give me a pair of Skechers. Don't those the ones you just slip on? You don't have to.
I don't even. Carey's son shaking his head.
Shaking his head like no.
I don't think they don't even have laces. You can just strap them up.
So, man.
You get the strap-on Skechers, and they have the lights on the bottom.
Oh no!
Light up shoes, right?
Oh man,
that seems rough, Marsh.
I mean, I would never.
But maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for the 3 stars?
Sure.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to time travel.
Yeah, Anthony hates it. He hates it.
I do.
We love it.
I mean, if I could do it, I would love it.
Would you travel back in time?
Yes, I would. Of course I would.
What would you do?
I'd go all the way back. Do I have the same knowledge?
I think
I'd go back to childhood. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
I go to the blue reading group.
It's darn right. I'd be leading that reading discussion. Maybe not.
It wouldn't be sitting here if I could go back in time. I love you all.
If I could turn
well, according to all the time jumping stuff, you still would be. You still would be here.
What's the movie with Ashton Kutcher when you mess up the time?
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, that's some bad stuff that happens.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Huh?
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2nd star of the day goes out to Skechers.
Skechers.
Yep.
Yes. Just slip your feet in. Be ready to go. No need to bend over and tie those things up. Huh? Got back problems? Skechers.
Skechers got you covered.
1st star of the day goes out to Jobu.
Jobu.
Yeah. What did Joey call him?
Yobu.
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 Was it Yobu?
Yeah.
That's Jobu. At least he knew the origin
How
of
did
the
he
movie.
get here? Nobody knows.
But he said he didn't remember all the stuff. I mean, Pedro Serrano, he's all about Jobu.
Whole chicken.
Hey, bartender, Jobu needs a refill. All right, that'll do it for us. Pregame starting in 5 minutes. Alex Ferrario's got himself a busy night. He's got the pregame, and he's got the game play-by-play. For Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.